Hey, what's up, Jesse? Hey, Steven.
Hey there, how you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good.
Last working day before my vacation.
I know, I read that, so it sounds like you're gonna treat yourself.
Yeah, it's been like almost 5 years since I had a vacation,
Oh
so
my
I, I,
goodness.
I I think it's time. Take a couple of weeks, to recharge and
You're
then get
going
right back. Go
somewhere
to Mexico.
tropical.
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah, I'm
We're
going
in
for a week to
Mexico.
Mexico, Puerto Vallarta,
Oh,
and
I've been there once, many
oh yeah,
years ago.
yeah, I know I've been there. And then after that, I'm flying straight to Miami Beach for a beach volleyball camp. I've been going there
That's
for the
what I
past
remember.
five
Yeah.
years. Yeah, it's like 2 training sessions a day, Olympic champions. Fun
That
stuff,
sounds great.
like
Because
40,
you're in New
50
York,
people.
right? You're in New
Yeah,
York? Yeah,
yeah, the weather is
I
horrible.
lived in New York for 30 years.
Okay, yeah,
And so
same,
it's good to get
same here.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, New York gets to be a bit much, at times. Like the weather, the people, just everybody's so intense. Like,
Yeah.
money, money, money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all good. I love it. I'm in Brooklyn, so I'm not like in Manhattan or anything. I'm
Yeah.
more
I was in
by the ocean, like New York Aquarium. That's where I'm at, Coney Island. Like
okay, okay.
that
That's
piece.
good.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I was in Manhattan the whole time in Hell's Kitchen, the
Oh,
West
okay.
40s. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
so
mean, I worked in Manhattan back in the day when I used
yeah,
to have 9 to 5, doing my
yeah.
IT thing. I'd go to the city every day. And when I went to NYU, I'd go like back and forth between Brooklyn and the city, West Fourth to Brighton Beach, back
Yeah,
and forth, back and forth.
I
Yeah,
hear you.
yeah. So how are you finding the course? You enjoying the
I'm good.
yield
I mean,
farming?
I'm going very slowly, but
That's
it's
okay.
this past week some things began to come together for me. So,
Yeah, I could
um,
tell. Like when you're asking the questions about the router, where it's like, oh, XUSDT, XUSDT. I'm like, all right. Steven is
right.
getting up to speed. I can tell. You're
Yeah,
asking those
so
pointed questions.
yeah. The thing that really pushed me over the edge was when I realized, and I mentioned to you in a message, like
Yeah.
I realized about a week or so ago, it can be very easy to lose track.
Not
Oh,
really.
yeah.
They're
Well, I
always in
mean,
the same spots,
yeah, I
like
mean, if
so.
you don't know what you're doing,
Right. Yeah.
because you're transferring assets, you're swapping assets, then you're spending fees for gas and,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
it,
But they're
while,
always in the same spots though. Like there's
right,
only a few places they can be. I mean, once you
right,
transfer funds, once you understand like the process how it goes, that you send to Coinbase, then Coinbase to Base, then Base to Moonbeam. So it's literally only like 3 or 4 places it could be, right? It's either
yeah,
in your bank account, or it's in your Coinbase, or it's in
yeah,
your Base wallet, or it's in your Moonbeam wallet. That's
yeah,
it. Or
no,
if it's stuck on the bridge, then it's in the bridge. Like it
yeah,
doesn't go anywhere else. It's
right,
not like you just go on its own somewhere. You don't know where. Like it's in that wallet somewhere. You
right.
know?
No, I agree with you. I think what was made me feel that way was that, I'm not familiar with the different assets yet.
Yeah.
So I lose track of the dollars.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, dollars are converted to something else, and that's converted to something else, and that might be converted to something else. And
Yeah.
so I realized, oh, I really need to pay attention to this
Yeah. You gotta pay
to get
attention.
my head around it,
In crypto, you gotta be present. You can't just be
Yeah,
like, yeah, I'll click this. Whoa. No, no, no. That is
right,
not, you are the bank. There's like, that's the good thing and the bad thing,
right,
sometimes. Like, you have full control, but you have full control. Like,
exactly. And I like
so
that.
yeah, like a lot of people are like, oh, like I want control. I'm like, okay, but that comes with its own responsibilities. There's no
Hmm.
help desk to call. Well, in your case, there is because you paid for Nextdoor DeFi, and
Right.
there's me. So I am the help desk. But most people don't have that. They're on their own. It's like
Yeah,
good luck.
that's true.
Like, if you lose something or do something wrong, it is what it is. Like,
Yeah,
who are you gonna talk to? Somebody online?
yeah,
They'll just scam you. Most people go online, they go to these help desks, and then they get scammed by people pretending to be help desk because they still
yeah.
in that whole mode that they can call and like a number and somebody's gonna help them. Like, no, no, those people are not gonna help you. Like, well, I will help you because you paid for my service. Those people, they're gonna take your money. Like, they'll be
Yeah.
like, yeah, go click on that link right there, and I'll help you out. They go click on
Hmm.
the link, put in their seed phrase, bam, wallet is emptied
Right,
out.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
then they call me. Then they're like, right. I'm like, what are you doing? Why didn't you tell me before? They're like, oh, I'm like, well, listen, that's it. Like, it's gone. Like, what
Yeah.
can I do? Nothing. What you can do is not give people a seed phrase. That's what you can do.
Right. Start a
And
new
it's
wallet.
yeah, start on your wallet. That's it. It's over. It's I mean, it's not that difficult to understand. It's like you're giving somebody your bank debit card, giving them the PIN code, and telling them where the nearest ATM is.
Right.
That's the same thing as you giving them your seed phrase. So what do you
Yeah.
expect is gonna happen when you do that to somebody? He's gonna take your card, go to the ATM, withdraw all the cash, and you're screwed.
Yeah.
Like obviously. And what can you do after that? Nothing.
Nothing.
You've done it yourself. I mean, even the bank will be like, "What do you mean? You gave him the PIN code. You gave him the card. You told him where the bank is. What do you want us to do?" Like,
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh, you should no, you should like think." Yeah, the only way you lose in DeFi basically is if you send it to the wrong address or the
Right.
wrong network. That's it. That is the only like scenario where you completely lose it. Otherwise, it's just like, oh, I don't. You if you don't know where it is, that's fine. Like I said, only like 4 places. So if you
Yeah.
look in those 4 places, you will find it. It's somewhere in there.
Yeah. I realized this week, I forget what I was trying to do, but I was on the swap tool in Stella and
Yeah.
just reviewing, the different choices there, the different coins that show up on that list.
Yep.
And I accidentally clicked on something which that opened up another window with a choice to, like, it seemed like it was send something to a new wallet or something, or like another option for a wallet. And I thought, wait a minute, this does not look right. So
Yeah.
and it was just an accident, but I realized how easily mistakes like
Yeah.
that can happen.
I mean, StellaSwap has different like tools there, you know? Like I haven't
Right.
taught you guys everything you can do on StellaSwap either. I just taught you like a very limited, thing that you learn, and then you kind of go on to next things. Like my approach is more modular rather than just like because I give you a lot, trust me. Like I have like 10 or 20 or 40 different ways to make money in
Okay.
DeFi. But if I gave you all of that, you'd be like just overwhelmed, right?
No,
You'd
I
be like,
hear
oh
you.
my God,
No.
lending, oh, borrowing, liquidity and this and that, and there's like 20 different lending protocols, 10 different dexes, like 15 different networks. Like I give you all of that, you just be like just drinking out of fire hose, like boom, like
Right.
get away from me.
Right.
Like what is this? No, instead I give just one on-ramp, one off-ramp, just StellaSwap, and one thing to do on StellaSwap. Well, two technically, stablecoin farming and
Hmm.
concentrated liquidity farming. So technically, I give you two things to do. That's two separate ones.
Yeah.
If somebody doesn't want any risk, they just do go to stablecoin farming. That's it. Super
Yeah.
easy. Super easy to understand. Always a dollar. Always same almost return rate. You know,
Yeah.
or concentrated liquidity. If you want to get more, take on a little bit more risk. And even there's like subsections, right?
Yeah. I have a question for you regarding staking. Like I have had a Coinbase account for, I don't know, less than a year, but I've had it before I signed up
Right.
for this. And just like a layman's research on several coins, and I just bought like, a few $100s in several coins just to kind of see how they move around and stuff. Is there any reason to not stake on Coinbase and stake on Stella instead if all I'm going to do is to
Well,
stake a single coin?
you're not really staking on Stella though. You're providing liquidity between two coins. So it's a
Okay.
different thing, completely different thing. You're
Okay.
you're you're providing liquidity, which is like yield farming, on
Okay.
StellaSwap. Staking on Coinbase, that's like basically one coin, and when you stake one coin, you get percentage of like the gas fees for securing the network. So it's a
Right.
different like whole different business model. Like
Okay.
stakers, it's single-sided staking. If like for example you're staking Ethereum, right? You just buy
Right.
Ethereum, and plus when you're staking on Coinbase, you don't control those coins.
Right.
Coinbase does. So if they freeze your account, you can't do anything.
Right.
That's why I don't recommend people, leave their crypto on Coinbase or any
Okay.
centralized exchange because you don't control it. They control it. They just
Okay.
tell you that you have this Ethereum, but you really don't. It's just the picture they show you, you know,
Okay.
which is what FTX did. They show people a pretty picture, right? Because you can show any picture on the website.
Right.
I can say that you have a zillion Bitcoins, right? But in reality, you have zero, right? I already
Right.
took your Bitcoin, transferred it to my wallet, and I'm showing you a nice little pretty picture. And you're like, oh,
Okay.
Steven, look at that. You have Bitcoin. Like, yeah, great. And then you're like, okay, I want to take my Bitcoin now. Error.
Okay.
You see that's what FTX did, right?
So
Because what
with
they were
that,
doing, yeah,
Well, Adam, my question is then with that, what is to keep StellaSwap? So we have these NFTs, right, that we create
Yeah.
when we stake. What is to keep StellaSwap from just taking that and running?
Well, they can't just take it because it's not really in their wallet. It's in the smart contracts, right? It's fully
Okay,
automated. So you
so
control.
it's
You
okay.
basically deposit your crypto into a smart contract, and you control it with your private key, with your MetaMask, plus with your Trezor. So the team doesn't technically have access to your crypto. It's all automated. And the way they check that the smart contracts are legit is with those 4 audits, which are done by neutral third-party companies that basically
It's
certify that the code is legit. And like you said, StellaSwap is not a bunch of crooks, which they're not. I met the guys. Trust me, they're not interested in anybody's coins. They just want the fees. So all they do basically, they just make sure everything runs and they build new features. That's their job, like the StellaSwap team's job. And then basically, they're like, Team Wallet gets a portion of the fees after they give us our fees, as liquidity providers. So that's kind of how it works. So it's in their interest. I mean, technically, of course, they could do it, but if they scam once, that's it. It's over. It's all on DeFi. It's not like FTX. It's fully transparent. I mean, anybody could just go into smart contracts and see exactly how many coins are in there, what's happening. I mean, if you're like tech enough, so you can see. Like with FTX, where it's like a closed system, you can't see shit. Like you just see what they want to show you. Like, because you know how the apps work. I can show you any kind of picture. Oh, look, Jesse has 100 bitcoins. In reality, I already took your bitcoins in the back end, put it in my wallet, and went to Bahamas, to spend it on whatever, all kinds of nefarious things, which is exactly what they did. Like,
Yeah.
that's why everybody's like, oh, it's DeFi. I'm like, no, FTX and Celsius and Voyager were not DeFi. They were pretending to be DeFi to regular people that don't know the difference, right? Because people don't know the difference between like actual decentralized finance like StellaSwap DEX and the CX like FTX. They're like, oh, it's a pretty picture on both ends. Like it's great. Oh, I trust it. Tom Brady backed them up. Giselle Bunyan. Yeah, who got scammed too, basically, because they're a bunch of morons. What the hell do they know about crypto? Like Tom
right.
Brady. Like, it doesn't know shit. This guy. Nothing against Tom Brady. He's a great guy, but not exactly, crypto expert over there. They just paid him a ton of money to be like the
Okay, so
spokesperson.
that makes sense. I mean, how long has StellaSwap been around? How long have you
I mean,
been
like
using
2 years, but that's because Moonbeam's been around for like 2 years. I mean, they
it?
literally
Okay,
launched on Moonbeam, like Moonwell, StellaSwap, and Moonbeam. They all launched at the same time, like when the parachain got spun up. Yeah, so they've been there since basically the beginning, since day one. Yeah, and I've been there since day one. That's why, I got you guys in on a cutting edge, like, on the front side of the DeFi, so to speak. That's why you get all those kinds of yields. Because if you look at Ethereum, you're not gonna get those kinds of yields. You'll get like 5, 10% because everybody's over there. And plus, that's why people are paying those huge fees because they just don't know better. It's mostly whales just, trading hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Like, who can pay like $8 per transaction, right? On Ethereum. Probably more now because it's like crazy gas and Ethereum went up to like 3,500. Yeah. But the layer twos are cheap as hell now after that Dankun upgrade. Man, it's like free basically. Like right now the fee on base is like 0.0004 cents. Yeah. Like it's super
that's what I
cheap.
see when I transfer from like Coinbase and all that. It essentially says
Yeah,
it's free.
it's
Yeah,
basically free, yeah. Because it's like cost them like less than a penny. Not even a penny, less than like a fifth of a penny. It's super
yeah.
cheap now. Yeah, this upgrade. Too bad they can't upgrade the actual damn Ethereum layer one itself to stop charging me those rapey fees. Like, because I don't have access to base. I'm in New York. I'm in the crypto jail of the world. So I have to use
Yeah.
like Ethereum layer one. That's it. So I'm paying those $8, $10 fees, damn it.
Wow.
But that's why you got to get up here to New Hampshire, man. There's no
Yeah.
regulations whatsoever. I mean, you still have federal regulations, but that's wherever you go.
Yeah, I'm getting out of here. I mean, I'm going to like Mexico, but after my vacation, I'm moving to Bulgaria for like 2 months, and then I'm going to Lithuania for a month, and then I'm probably gonna go for 3 months to Florida, then Texas, then Tennessee. Because I've been kind of stuck in New York doing the online thing, but I got to do offline. I got to go to like trade shows, expos, conferences. I haven't done that, like, and I should, because I have a good
Are you,
product.
are you doing any of the Five Flag stuff? Is that why some of this travel is happening?
Yeah. I'm definitely
Yeah,
gonna be probably making a flag in Salvador. That's for sure. That's Bitcoin
yeah.
country. That place is going up,
I've
man. They're
heard
gonna be
a lot
rich.
of good stuff about
Yeah,
them. Yeah,
no crime, no taxes. Like Bitcoin is the standard currency over there, which is great. So, you know, and plus I'm learning Spanish for the past year. So
Yeah,
I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. So
good.
Salvador definitely, Dubai second one for sure. And then
Yeah,
yeah, probably Bulgaria, because like everybody's moving to Bulgaria, like good things. Lots of, you know, hot women and everything is cheap. Like I'm gonna pay
yeah,
like $300 a month for a nice little house on the beach. $300
nice.
a month. Like I can live on that like no problem, you know, and
Right.
just hang out.
Where
Cheap
is
food.
that?
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. Wow.
Yeah, like close to the Golden Sands Resort on the beach. You know,
Okay.
not towards Sofia. And plus, you know, I can go to all the conferences and trade shows while I'm over there. So like, you know, that's kind of my new strategy. I'm just gonna travel around for like 2, 3 months at a time through like Airbnbs, you know, vacation rentals, whatever, and just kind of do my online thing like I've been doing, but also do offline thing like locally where I'm at to network, find joint venture partners, you know, because I haven't done any marketing. I just been basically doing this product and this support thing and just kind of building the whole marketing stack. Yeah, I've just finished like an my auto webinar workshop like 2 days ago. So now my whole like training thing, the one that you probably saw, like it's fully automated and on demand now, like 24/7, 365.
Wow.
Yeah, like I saw that I got that going. So now I can basically like give this to my net like partners, you know, they could run traffic to it, you know, and make automatic sales, and then I give them like a piece. Yeah, so that'll be nice. That's what I'm gonna be building out. Yeah, that's why I haven't given you any new content, guys, because I've been busy building this whole back end, which I'm almost done with. Like I just need two last pieces after the vacation, which is like the nurturing email sequence I gotta build, and an onboarding sequence for new students, like a whole email thing, which like tells them which lessons to go to, keeps them motivated over like a couple of months, you know, asks for referrals, asks for, you know, like video testimonials, things like that. I gotta automate that too. I've been doing everything manually by myself, kind of, this past 7 years now. Like people tell me, why aren't you selling? Why aren't you making more money? I'm like, hold on. It's a delayed gratification thing, you know, Hormozy style. The longer you delay, the more you can get paid. That's in my experience. Yeah.
I have a question about since we're talking about fees and and stuff. In a couple of messages last week, I was asking about like how I don't see USDC on Squid or
Mm.
no. Yeah. And so I was thinking through that process. Um, does it make sense like in Coinbase, instead of purchasing USDC to purchase USDT in Coinbase?
You can't. There's no USDT in Coinbase.
Oh, I thought there was. I looked it up
No,
the other day. It's not an option.
no. It's a competing
Oh,
stable coin. It's from Tether. Yeah, they don't do USDT. It's literally competitor. Yeah,
okay.
like
But it still
USDC is
shows
like
up. You know how you can search an asset in Coinbase? It still shows
I
up.
don't think so. But either way, I mean, you have to kind of USDC is better because you don't pay anything.
Okay.
Coinbase subsidizes USDC transfers to Base, so it's free.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so obviously it's in your best interest to, you know, use that because you
Okay.
don't pay
I
money.
missed that. I missed that part that that
It's
transfer
free.
is free. Okay. I
Yeah, it's
missed that
free.
part.
Yeah. You
Okay.
can't beat
Got it.
free. You know, you cannot beat free. And because they're basically like USDC is like it's an alliance like Circle and Coinbase. They're all in this one alliance, you know, with Circle that runs USDC. So, you know, they have a special deal. So it's free. Yeah, for now. I mean, they're incentivizing that. So that's why I put it, you know, I gave you guys all the best stuff right off the bat. So you don't have to research any of that thing.
Okay.
Like all the lessons in my course, like I literally pick the best option. So like USDC from Coinbase to Base, and then use Squid Router, you know, on Base USDC to USDT.XC, because that's also, you know, the best option. Because USDT is the #1 stablecoin. They're super legit. Even though people were like fighting, which is fear, uncertainty, doubt, you know, that's the
Yeah.
acronym. They're like fighting about Tether. Tether, so you understand, is the most profitable company per employee in the world.
Huh.
Okay? In the world. They
Wow.
made $6 billion last year in profit.
Wow.
Okay, and all their funds are in like short-term treasuries, and like they're making a killing because think about it, they hold over $100 billion worth of like treasuries, right? So now they're getting 5% per year on that, right?
Yeah.
Like easy business. That's five, you know, that's
Yeah.
$5 billion per year in profit that they
Yeah.
get. They're not giving that away to their like holders of USDT. That's all going into their bottom line. And they only
Right.
have 10 employees. So
Wow.
they're making five, like what is it? 6 billion, right? They make like $60 million per employee per year.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good about USDT, okay? Right? So the only risk there was the bridging. Because like before before we got the whole Squid router on the scene, basically there was you have to use the bridge, like the wormhole bridge. I still have to use that, like, because it's cheaper than using Squid router. So basically how that works is that USDT from one network, like the actual USDT, or whatever, USDC, comes into the bridge, and then the bridge issues you like a bridge token, USDC dot WH, like you saw that WH
Yeah.
wormhole,
Yeah.
right? That's not an actual like native token. So if somebody hacks that bridge and steals the USDT, original USDT that's in the bridge, that USDT.WH or USDT is not going to be worth anything. Jack squat, like zero.
Wow.
You have no money, right? But you don't have that. That's called bridge risk. But you don't have that because basically what happens is Squid Router just swaps, like, basically takes your stuff right away and gives you a native USDT.XE, which is a native tether that's issued through Bitfinex straight onto like Polkadot. So there's none of that bridge business going on. No deposits, no withdrawals, no honeypot for the hackers to take. It's like, that's it. That's a native token. And nobody can mess with that. I mean,
Okay.
XCM is like rock solid protocol. So, hacking that and hacking Polkadot, yeah, good luck with that. Like Polkadot has like enterprise grade security. Probably more than even Ethereum. It's just people, but I mean Polkadot is like what, top 15 token. They're legit. Yeah.
You had mentioned before that it's if you have funds in your wallet, your MetaMask wallet, it's best to hold them in USDT. That's the most secure.
Oh,
But if you're gonna,
USDC. Yeah, I prefer USDC just because they do monthly audits, basically. Even though USDC is super solid, but they don't, they're not really too open about it. They're not going for IPO. They're not like friends with the regulators. They have like the companies in Bahamas. So, but they are super solvent, super profitable, and they are the number one stablecoin on the market, like by far. I think they're like over 100 billion, and I think USDC is like 40 billion or something like that. But I don't know. I just
just
like it more.
yeah, I'm getting back and forth because it's a little hard to sometimes to hear what you're saying. So you're saying C as in cat is good, or T as in
They're
Tom is
both
good?
good. It depends which one you like. If you want like super clear regulatory, like US based stuff, that's like USDC, the circle stable coin. If you
But
want
if you don't
more, if you're
trust the U.S.
outside of
government,
US, yeah, if you don't trust US government, then you shouldn't even go USDT. You should go to like DAI, which is a
right?
decentralized crypto coin. That's what I would recommend. DAI is legit, super
Die.
legit. Yeah, DAI. Yeah. That's a
Yeah,
decentralized like crypto coin. Yeah. They're big, like huge. They're run by the
that's
Maker
a
DAO. That's the oldest DAO on Ethereum. Like they were like the first ones. Yeah. So
so that
that's
die
like
is
that.
a stable coin.
Yeah, it's a stable coin, but it's a crypto coin. It's
I
backed
see.
by a basket of cryptocurrencies, by actual real estate properties, like and USDC. Funnily enough, they have some a little bit. you know.
I
But
see.
even if you talk about USDC, ironic thing is holding your money in USDC is actually safer than holding it in a bank because USDC is not fractional banking. USDC, each USDC token is backed by $1 on BNY Mellon account, a 17 like trillion-dollar bank, I think, right? Whereas dollars in your bank account, they're not actually there. They're not backed one to one with
Right.
with physical dollars. It's fractional. They lend
But
it out.
what if so? How is new USDC minted?
It's
Or is
easy.
it
I mean, for every token that they mint, it's backed by $1 or short-term treasuries in BNY Mellon. Yeah, which is like the biggest bank, one of the biggest banks in the world. Yeah. So it's back one to one. And there's a monthly audit by a third-party company, like a top 5 order accounting firm
I
that
see.
basically verifies that they do have, and you can look and you can actually check it out on their website. They make it available every month, so you can see exactly what they have in that account. They're like super transparent. Yeah, and they're going
Okay.
for an IPO, so they're gonna be a publicly traded company, Circle, soon as well. And I mean, Circle got started by like by Goldman Sachs. Okay, like just so you understand like the caliber. And the last
Mhm.
5 Treasury secretaries were from Goldman Sachs. So I mean, if you believe in U.S. government and treasuries, then USDC is super solid. as a stable coin. If you don't, then you can go to DAI, which is DAI, because that's like backed by crypto and property and that kind of thing, and by the DAO, which makes like a ton of money, you know. Yeah, you
You're saying
actually
that
get. What's that?
Circle created USDC? Is that what I heard you say?
Yeah. They run it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a private company. It's not decentralized.
Yeah. For some reason, I was thinking it was that the Fed created it.
No.
The
It's a
Fed did
private
not create
company.
USDC.
Circle.
Okay.
No, like
Okay.
there's no Fed coin yet. They're working on it.
Okay.
Well, they might have one soon. Something like CBDC. You might have heard, like the central bank digital currencies. You know.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that because like they
Yeah, I'm
can
sure
control
that'll
it.
end well.
Yeah, like I'm definitely. I mean, if I have to, I'll use it just to like buy things in short term. Literally, like exchange like $1,000 worth of my Bitcoin into like CBDC just to buy crap. That's it.
Right.
No more than that. Like, because I don't trust them that much, right? Especially with all the things the Chinese are doing with CBDCs. Because CBDCs, people understand it's not just like crypto, right? It's a token that you can program. So you can program it to only be spent on food, to only be active like 20 miles around your house.
Yeah.
Like you can
It's crazy.
connect social rating score to it. So if you're being a bad boy and your social rating gets too low, you can't use that CBDC. So it's control, like full control. They press a button and they can just program your behavior. And Chinese are already doing it. That they're like it's active there right now. You know,
Wow.
if you drop
I don't
pieces of
know.
garbage, that's it. Like your rating goes down. Now you can't travel. Now you can't buy airplane tickets. Now you can't buy railroad tickets. Now you can't buy food, or you can buy only certain
Crazy.
kind of food with that CBDC. Or they could make it expire, so you only have a month to spend it. And if you don't spend it 30 days, it goes to zero. You could do all of that like remotely. See? Can't do that with DAI. Can't do that with Bitcoin. Like can't do that. Well, you probably can with Ethereum because it's not like
Mhm.
it's a little centralized, but yeah, they're not gonna do that. It's bad branding.
That sounds
So
like,
with oh, go ahead, Steven.
no, you go ahead, please.
Okay, I was just gonna ask. So, I've only been doing this for about a month or so, but I'm getting some pretty good returns. Normally sticking with like USDC Glimmer pools,
Right.
and I've been sticking with the standard returns. Um, Now I'm looking at like 300, 400% returns regularly. The last few weeks. Is this just because of the bull market, or is this something that you've seen regularly
Well, I
throughout
mean,
the?
the volumes are up. That's why you're getting a lot of return. Basically, because your fees are dependent on the trading volume, right? The more the traders trade in your pair, let's say they're swapping from USDC to Glimmer, vice versa, StellaSwap is getting a lot of fees, and portion of that fees is going right to you. So, hence the returns. So in bull market, usually the returns are bigger because there's more trading volume. That's it, you know. But if you're in two correlated tokens, let's say not USDC and Glimmer, because USDC is always $1, right? So like that's good for the bear market because it's not gonna go less than $1, right? So like, but if Glimmer, let's say, rockets up, but USDC stays, you are gonna get some permanent loss, But that's kind of the game you play, right? Like you get a little bit of permanent loss, but the fees that you collect kind of offset that and give you profit, right? But if you're in something like Glimmer, like Stella Glimmer, for example, right? Those two are very correlated, so they're gonna go up together, and your capital is gonna actually increase. So you're gonna get appreciation. You're gonna get not impermanent loss, but impermanent gain. It's not just loss. Like you can get IG as well, impermanent gain.
Well, actually, so what I've seen with specifically this USDC Glimmer is that if it goes out of range where Glimmer goes up in price, I actually make like my NFT is worth more than what I put into it initially.
Yeah,
It's
at a
the other
certain
way.
point.
If Glimmer goes down in price, then and it goes out of range, then I've lost.
Yeah.
The NFT isn't worth as much as what I put in. But like my philosophy with this is I have a certain amount of money I put into it to farm.
Right.
So if say whatever, say $1,000, I put $1,000 in. That's all it's there for is to farm. So I put it in these things to make the returns. if then it goes down to like $800, it goes out of range, and just pull it out, put it back in, let it continue to farm. If it goes up again, fine, back and forth. I mean,
Yeah.
how do you feel about that kind of strategy? Just keeping them in range as opposed to wait before maybe it comes back and
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of the
you know what I
game,
mean?
right? It's like, what's more profitable for you, keeping it in range and farming, or waiting until it kind of, not doing that, right? Not like putting it out, putting it back into range, and just waiting until it goes into the range naturally, right? Because that way you don't take, because when you take it out, that's when you make IL into L, right? So let's say, you're out of range, and now on paper you're like, $200 less, right, in your capital. If you take it out, you lock that in. So now like it's worth $200 less, but you put it in the new range and it's farming again. And if it makes those $200 back plus like another 100, you won, right? Because you basically kind of compensated. You earned back the L that came from the IL, and now you're making more. Yeah, that's all it is. You just have to kind of, if you don't want to take any L's, you just always take it out at the range that you put it in. That's it. Like, it's simple as that. Once it goes back into the range and it's worth it again, same as when you put it in, you just, take it out. Plus, you take all the yield that you got. That's your profit. Yeah, that's how, and then if it actually goes into like the IG, the permanent gain, right? So let's say you have like Stella Glimmer and Stella and Glimmer both go up. That means your capital is worth more. So you actually made money on the capital in appreciation. Not as much, obviously, as if you just held Stella Glimmer, right? But if you did that, there's no guarantees. You're not going to get the yield, right? Like, because the tokens don't just go up, they go down too. That's why, like somebody in the chat was like, oh, how do I analyze, about, is it better to just have the tokens, or is it better to like yield farm? I'm like, it's two separate things. Nothing to do with each other, Investment and capital games is one game, right? And you have your portfolio and that. This is a passive income kind of, source, right? So like I have a separate crypto portfolio where, I have my bets, I have my tokens, and whatever. I hope they go up, but they might not though. They might go down too, right? I mean, it's basically like investment is like gambling. It's like educated gambling, right? It's not just like you're in the casino. Oh, degenerate! Like you're definitely gonna lose. Like that's pretty certain you're gonna lose, right?
Mhm.
But if you know what you're doing and you have your token portfolio and you understand the projects, you understand the cycles. Like I've been this for like 12 years, right? So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make out good on this, right? But you can't depend on that for income, right? And then I have my other thing, which is my farms, and I can depend on that income. And I'm not gonna take it out of the farms because I don't care. This is not an investment. It's a source of income, like passive income, that I'm gonna take every month and I'm gonna use it. And I might actually take it out and put it into my portfolio. A lot of people do that. Or I'll take it out and put it into lending, which is the next module I'm gonna make for next level DeFi, which is Moonwell lending and borrowing. That's a like right now, basically you can get 30% with no risk at all on your money in lending. In like lending USDC, which is always a dollar. And there's no risk because it's over collateralized. So if the borrower defaults, they just jack his like collateral and just give it to you. So there's no risk. Like actually you want him to default because it's over collateralized, so you actually get more, like 30% more than you loan to him plus the yield. So you rip him twice, if he defaults. I'm like, great. Why do you think Celsius paid back all their like Aave loans, right? Even though they default everybody else, because if they would have not paid that, they would have lost 30% more. Because those people, they actually give 130% collateral, not 130% collateral, over collateralized. Yeah.
So that you're
So
saying that's another module you're going to be coming out with? Is that going
yep,
to be
yep,
like
yeah.
an addition to the Stella thing, or
No,
is it
I'm
going to be
gonna
like
sell
an
it
add-on?
probably for like it's gonna be like an upsell because it's a whole different thing. It's a new way to make money like separate from yield farming. That is not providing liquidity. That's just straight lending. You just kind of loaning money out to people through crypto, and they're paying you, interest, and you're getting rewards for it, like 30%. It's not gonna be like 100, 200, 300%, but that's no risk. There's no risk in that. Like so that I mean, you can also provide like lend out not stable coins. You can lend out, like Ethereum and Bitcoin, right? And that probably give you like 50, 60, 70%, like more because there is some,
There's
opportunity
risk.
risk. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you lock it in, you can't sell it. So if Bitcoin, let's say Bitcoin like is at 60 now, and then goes to 120K, and you want to sell it, you can't until that guy pays back the loan, right? And you can withdraw it, or unless there's liquidity in the system, then you can just take it out. It's fine. Yeah, but if there's no liquidity, you gotta wait till that person pays it back. But on Moonwell, there's plenty of liquidity. Yeah, they're doing great. So yeah, that'll be
It's
probably another module. I'll probably sell it for like 200 bucks or something. It's not gonna be like a crazy amount of money, but that's kind of how I do it. Just put out new modules, new products, and if you guys want to buy, great. It's probably gonna be half
right.
half price for you though. I'll price it like 397 because it's crazy right now. The reason why the returns are so high in lending right now is because those lenders are kind of caught. On one side, the crypto natives don't want to lend because it's the bull market. They want to get the appreciation like gains, right? Why would you want to lend your Bitcoin when it's gonna go up like 70% or 100%, right? Because if it does that, you want to lock that in. You want to sell, into USDC and then blend that into Moonwell, right? For 30%, right? So that's one side. On the other side, like normal people that don't know about this stuff, they're too scared. So it's really tough to get them in, which is kind of the market that I'm in. Like we need to educate people, right? That's why I'm gonna put out that module, and I might even sell it as a separate course because that's actually way easier than yield farming. It's much easier people understand too. There's no IL, there's no like tokens really. If you're like just doing USDC lending, it's really simple for people to understand. You just lend it out for interest. That's it. Like, right? Everybody knows how to do that. It's like you're the
Mhm.
bank. You just lend out your USDC to somebody for 30% return per year. That's it. That's all there is to it. And if you want to take it back, as long as there's liquidity, clickety click, you take it back anytime, and the money is available. Like yeah, you can even borrow
That's
yourself against that principle. Yeah, it's
that's that's why I'm liking this DeFi thing because I can put money into it. I sold a property last year, and I've been looking for other properties, to potentially purchase. And the only
yeah,
reason I buy properties is to make money on it.
yeah,
But holy hell, between the price of everything, even though rents are up, between the price of all the properties and the
and
uh,
the work, right? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of maintenance. It's a lot of moving parts, right? And all
yeah,
this in properties.
I mean, best
Yeah.
case scenario, I'm crunching the numbers. I might get my money back, a full return on what I invest in like 10 years,
Oh, yeah,
right?
that's
Whereas
that's tough.
currently, and that's money that's once you put in, it's locked in until you sell the house, right?
Yeah, yeah, not liquid.
Whereas the DeFi thing, if I need some of that money right now, I just pull it out.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
good to
super
go.
liquid, like literally
Yeah,
instant. Yeah, and it's also good that it doesn't have like government risk. It doesn't have
right.
like legal risk. I mean, at this point, it's all good, especially with the Bitcoin spot ETF. That's it. Like
Yeah,
BlackRock is on board with all the other 8 big boys. Like, who's gonna ban it now? Like, you got 401ks buying it, you got
yeah. Good
IRA
luck with
like
that.
buying it. Yeah, nah, that's it. It's like even Gary Gensler gave up on it. Like, that's it. Like, people from BlackRock called him like, listen, Gary, like, you had your fun. It's time to like, let us like make money on this now.
Yeah,
Yeah. And they haven't even started selling, man, yet. Like the halving didn't even happen. Like the old season is gonna start after April, like 15th. This is like just a warm up, just a choppy thing. Like I'm waiting for the big gains.
yeah,
Yeah.
Vadim,
Yeah.
it sounds like a few minutes ago you were talking about your strategy with farming. It
Yeah.
sounds like you just leave your assets in the farms and
Yeah.
just take your profits off every month,
Yeah. Basically.
something like
Yeah.
that.
And then you can take your profits and then basically you can do two things, right? You can either put it into like a token portfolio because we're on the bull market, so it's probably gonna go up unless
Hmm.
you choose the wrong. And you've seen my strategy. I gave the whole portfolio in the chat. Like you can check it out. You can scroll that big
Yep.
message with all the tokens or whatever. That's just my
Yep.
picks. I'm not like endorsing anything. Not financial advice, obviously. It's just what I do, right? That's like appreciation portfolio. And you can also put it into like lending. And I'll have a module for that, after the vacation.
Yeah.
It's on my to-do list. I
I
think
have
like
I
yeah.
have a question that's not, I'm not asking for investment advice, just your opinion.
Yeah, yeah, because I'm
Like
not a
last
licensed
year,
financial advisor, I don't do any of
and
that.
I know that because that's where I come from, so I totally get that. Last year I
All
bought
good.
some XRP
Yeah,
because
tough.
I was anticipating that
Uh,
legal outcome. And so, and
XRP,
I didn't say, unfortunately, I didn't sell my XRP when it took that bump. So I
Yeah.
hung on to it, which was a mistake because I've
Should have
lost.
sold.
You think I should just sell it and
Yeah. I
just cut
mean,
my
it's
loss?
my personal opinion, but XRP is just straight garbage, you know?
Okay,
It's a
okay.
centralized shitcoin that's basically been like robbed by the founders. You know how much money they took out? Like, I think one guy took out like $3.5 billion, okay, in
Wow.
XRP. So I mean, like for example, if you want a good investment, buy Stella. You know,
Okay.
like not financial advice, but like look at it. It's the number one exchange in Polkadot, right? They're
Yeah,
making money. They're definitely profitable. Plus, it was a fair launch, so the team actually bought bought the tokens, like everybody else. There was
yeah,
no pre-mint. They didn't take anything. Like every single token was up on fair launch, and the team was buying like everybody else. Like that's
yeah,
it. You know, and you can stake your Stella into X Stella, and you can actually get portion of their fees. You get like
yeah.
53% return on it, right? And I think it might go to like $4 or $5. Because think about it, all-time high for Stella was $4, right? In
Hmm.
the in the in the, in the last bull. Right now it's trading at like 5 cents. Like,
Wow.
you're right.
Yeah,
Same thing with like Glimmer, like Moonbeam is just gonna go up and up. I mean, even Polkadot is a better investment than XRP. Okay, because that's a legit
good.
like token. If you
Yeah,
want to
I've
go
been
like
thinking I should just cut my loss and just sell it.
yeah, just cut your losses. You can't be emotional about these things. I mean, not
Yeah,
financial advice.
I hate
But
losing.
yeah, but see that's the thing. Like, because I did a bit of trading as well. It's like if you want to be successful, you have to kind of control your emotions.
Yeah,
You have to cut your losses. It's just like the basic strategy with trading. And I don't teach it, but that's what like the other traders in my group, successful one, is like you cut the losers and you let the winners run.
right.
And people don't do that. And so they're like basically when the token goes down, they don't sell it because it's emotional attachments. They're like, oh my god, I put all this money and I waited all this time. Oh, yeah, but it was gonna go down to me more. Like. And when they start winning, when they find the winner and the winner starts running, it does like a 1x, 2x, they sell it because they have that fear. They want to lock in the gains, which is the wrong thing. When it starts going up, it's usually better to increase your position, right? Why would you want to sell a winning asset that's going up? It's like, it's like the horse just starting to run and you just cut his legs off. Like, what? Why? You hate money? You want to be poor? All right, sure. But most people, that's how they do it. They buy they buy high and they sell low. That's what they do, you know? Like where obviously everybody knows that, you have to buy low, sell high. But it's like when you tell people that, they're like, "Oh, what do you think? I'm stupid?" I'm like, "No, but you don't do that." You
Yeah,
know,
Too bad.
it's basic philosophy, basic like like psychology. When Bitcoin was at 16K, nobody wanted that, right? Nobody wanted to buy it. They're like, "Oh, that garbage is going to zero. I'm not gonna buy anything." Now it's 60K, they're all piling in. Like, "Oh, look at it, it's going to the moon." Really? Like almost at all-time high. Now you're buying in, but then when it was like at 14K, you didn't want to get any. Oh, it was too cheap. Oh, it's garbage. See, that's how people are, man. They just don't control their emotions. They and also it's another thing is they have the knowledge. See, like the more knowledgeable you are, the better you can control your emotions. Because when you don't know what you're doing, you're scared. It's hard to control fear. You don't understand the technology, right? Like I
yeah,
know Bitcoin is going up and up and up over long term. So that's actually a safer investment than USD, right? Because dollar is the ultimate shitcoin. I mean, think about it. No cap on the supply. They're printing trillions of it, right? It's backed by nothing except what, like faith in the government and the army. But everybody got nukes now. So what are you gonna do with the army? Like you can't really attack anybody unless you want to start nuclear war, and then everybody loses. That's like a no-win game, you know?
yeah,
Right? So, like everybody's like, oh, the ultimate shitcoin. I'm like, the ultimate shitcoin is the US dollar. Like, if you want to think about it. They've been
Yeah.
abusing the hell out of it. I mean, it lost what,
The
like 99.7% of purchasing power over the past 20 years? I mean, it's pathetic. The performance is garbage. Like, as soon as it went off the gold standard, dollar was over. Like, you literally, I mean, yeah, you still need dollars to pay taxes and pay rents and this and that. I get it. But, if you move somewhere like El Salvador, you can pay everything in Bitcoin. Like, and nowadays
hmm,
it's super easy. You can just get a debit card that's linked to like on Coinbase and it's linked to your Bitcoin. And as soon as you spend like, you charge it, it's a MasterCard, it just sells whatever Bitcoin it needs for that transaction, and that's it. So they solved it already. There's like a easy on-ramp, and you can use that card online on Amazon. everywhere, you know, and at a store. So there you go. You can't live on Bitcoin. Everybody's like, oh, you can't use it for like small payments. Actually, you can. Like they solved that already. And plus, the Bitcoin Lightning, like you know, they can do 30 million transactions per second for free on Lightning, which is triple Visa and Mastercard's capacity. So like, you don't even need them anymore either. Like they're garbage. You can eliminate banks, credit cards, all of that. You can just settle on Bitcoin, all of it. You know. And now layer 2 is coming out on Bitcoin. They're building a whole new Bitcoin DeFi. That's going to be like Bitcoin native DeFi on layer 2s. And I'll probably make a next level, you know, Bitcoin, course, next level
That's
DeFi
great.
Bitcoin course, you know? Yeah, so like I got my work cut out for me. You know,
So
that's
that
what. Yep.
how do you keep track of everything? So like when you get on and off these different pools, as well as like at what point you bought this coin as opposed to when you sold it. Like, is there a good way to keep track? Because there's a lot of ins and outs with these things. You
Yeah,
know what
I
I mean?
mean, you could just do like the old school way, like the, Excel spreadsheet or Google Sheets, and
That's
just
what I'm
kind of
doing now, and
yeah,
it's
yeah. I
just
mean,
very
that's,
time consuming. I
yeah.
just didn't know if
There,
there was like a shortcut.
there are like trackers like Coinly, I think, and like you mean in terms of like taxes, like tracking your transaction and all that. I mean, they have
No,
that, but I
no.
think
If
it's
I'm on DeFi, I'm gonna stay away from that as much as
yeah,
possible.
yeah. Like you
Because
only the
Coinbase is
taxing
another
is
one
only
that's
when you
gonna
like take the money and you put it in Coinbase. That's it. Everything
exactly, yeah,
else, you just none of your business. It's
Yeah,
DeFi.
but
exactly.
Like get
Yep.
away. Like
yeah,
screw that,
Jesse,
man.
that was the same question for me because as I'm getting into it, it's like I realize there's these different transactions, these different positions,
Yeah.
and I just want to keep track of
Yeah.
them. So
I mean, I usually just have like a task in Todoist. Like I use an app called Todoist. It's really good. I've been using it for like a decade now. I'm a ninja in it, so I just keep like track of transactions. Like oh, bought this at this price. Put it into this farm. Like bought this at this price. Whatever. And when I take yields, I also like record it. Like oh, collected this much, collected that much. It just helps. I have like a money task, and I just put comments in it. I have like money 2024, money 2023. So like yeah. So I just keep track like that. Just put it down on somewhere like a record, and then it's easy. You just open it up and you just go through the document and you see the date and what you did there.
yeah.
Like it's pretty simple. Plus, I mean it's all on the blockchain, so you can actually like technically just print out like remember the link I sent you, a moon scan, base scan. Every
Mhm.
single transaction is recorded on the blockchain. So
Well,
there's a record of all of it.
when I was looking at that, and because I was kind of playing around with that when you sent that link,
Yeah.
beyond why I was asking for it then, when I would click on transactions, it always shows up blank, like no transactions found.
Mm.
I think if I remember, there's like 3 tabs, and the one on the left says transactions, and I
Well,
don't
you
know,
have to you have to go to like tokens, like token
tokens. Okay,
transactions. Yeah, yeah, and you'll
okay,
see it all in there. Yeah.
okay,
As I think there are sometimes they're like transactions. They mean like Glimmer, like straight on Moonbeam or something or
gotcha.
Days. Yeah, but those are like token transactions that you do. Yeah.
Speaking of stuff like that, Stella's changed a little bit the way it's laid out
Mm,
from the
okay.
module. And my first position was in the tri-pool. I forget,
Right.
a couple weeks ago, you
Yeah.
could do the tri-pool instead. So I have tri-pool, and
Yeah.
then I just have the Glimmer USDC
Right.
position. I haven't done the Stelly position yet. But the past couple days when I went on to my farms, only
Yeah.
the USDC Glimmer position showed up. I couldn't find the tri-pool.
Well, it's two different ones. It's like stable, farms. Yeah, they separate them. Yeah, yeah. There's
Okay,
basically version 3, like the pools. It used to be like V2, like a standard kind of farms, and
okay,
V3, concentrated liquidity farms, right? And now they switched all the way to concentrated liquidity. So it's all either stables or concentrated liquidity. Yeah. So,
okay.
and there's two places. If you go on the dashboard, like you'll see the V3 positions, right? Like the regular pools, like the
Yeah.
USC Glimmer. And if you go into like stables and then you switch like my farms, then you'll see the
Okay.
tripool one. Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah. It's like two separate ones basically.
That's what, okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
good to know. 'Cause
It's not like a unified dashboard. They should do that. I mean,
right,
technically, they should. You click on a dashboard, they should display Tripool, USD Glimmer. You know, but it's two separate like AMMs, like automatic market makers. You know,
okay,
the stable one uses like the stable AMM, and the pools uses the Pulsar engine, like the concentrated liquidity engine. I think that's why they can't like unify them because it's two separate things. Yeah,
okay. That's good
yeah,
to
which is
know. I just
fine.
need to
It's
get
just
more
two places.
familiar with it.
Yeah, it's just two places, it's
Yeah.
easy. Yeah, but it's all in there. There is a way to check it out. Yeah, the pools, concentrated liquidity. I mean, I guess it's good, you know, and bad because it like, you get more fees, but it's a little more volatile than like stables. But that's always like that. You
Yeah,
don't want any
yeah,
hassle and risk, just use stable farms. That's kind of the equivalent of the lending, in this thing,
right.
right?
What's
Yeah.
parachain?
It's like a sub chain. Basically, the architecture of Polkadot is that it's like a relay chain, and then there's a bunch of like sub chains connected to it, and they all use Polkadot security. So that way they don't have to pay for security. That's why the fees are so cheap, because
Okay,
basically like they get security for Polkadots and it's subsidized, so it's really like cheap. Yeah, it's kind of like Ethereum and layer twos, like Base. It's kind of the
hmm,
same thing. Like Base is like a layer 2 on Ethereum. Ethereum is layer 1. So Polkadot, they just use different names for it. It's like Polkadot is the layer 1, the relay for that provides security, just like Ethereum. And all these parachains like Moonbeam, A Star, Parallel. There's like I think over 40 of them. Like Moonbeam is number 1 though, the one you're on.
right,
So because they're like Ethereum compatible. That was the idea. Basically, anybody like any app maker from Ethereum can deploy on Moonbeam, like same code. Yeah, and
okay.
use Polkadot security instead. But whatever. I mean, I do both. It's great. Why not? I prefer Polkadot because it's less centralized than Ethereum, but Ethereum is okay. It's fine. It's the granddaddy of smart contracts. They were the first ones.
Are you holding any dot in your portfolio?
Nah,
No.
nah. Too,
Okay.
too like. I mean, it's too big. The market cap is what, like 15 billion? I don't even know. Oh, let me see. It's already had its, thing. I mean, it'll probably go up too. It just depends, what your goals are. Let's see, what's that? Yeah, it's like a $13 billion market cap. I mean, come on. Like, how,
Yeah,
how much more can it go up? Like I guess if it goes up to like Ethereum to 400, then yeah, it could do like a, whatever, 10x or 40x, I guess. But nah, you saw my portfolio. I have more risk tolerance, because I understand the tech better, so I can take, more risk because,
right,
I understand how all these things work. I understand the projects. I'm like deeper in there. But people who are like surface level, yeah, you should just hold dot. Dot, Glimmer, that's it. And like hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever. I mean, Bitcoin, Ethereum is like what, 80% of the market at the moment. So or
right,
70%. Yeah. And the other 30% is like everything else, you know? Then like out of that 30%, maybe like another 10% is stable coins, and then 20% is like everything, all these other things. So, the no-brainer scenario is just to get more Bitcoin. That's it.
right.
That's like pretty much guaranteed to go up
No,
over the
I,
next
I
10 years.
remember like years ago when, like, I'm not a techie. I can make, I navigate well enough, but I'm not a techie and
Yeah.
never have been. But I remember when Bitcoin was invented, I was fascinated with the idea
Yeah.
of it. And but I never bought any, but I was just thinking through it. And now I think back, man, if I had just, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. That's how most people are. But see, that's the thing. Like at that time, it was risky. There's a lot of
right.
risk, legal risk, technology risk. It was risky. Like
And nobody knew anything about it, It
yeah,
was
nobody knew it. It's a super rough concept to understand. It's a whole different like paradigm. Even I only got into Bitcoin like really understood it maybe like 4 years ago. Like when I started really like researching, because it takes time to like reorient yourself, think in terms of Bitcoin instead of in terms of dollars, right?
yeah,
People still think in terms of dollars. They still like trust the dollar. They still like trust the government, like that. Obviously, I don't because it's like you see what they're doing. It's like a drunk guy at a country fair, basically. That's how they're
yeah,
acting. I mean, you really trust those people? I mean, come on. If you trust those people, I got a bridge I can sell you in Brooklyn.
right.
Like, come on. See, Bitcoin, you don't need to trust. There's no trust. That's the whole point. It's trustless. It's decentralized, it's trustless, and that's why, ironically, everybody trusts it. Because, it's transparent, it's backed by math, and it's like built-in scarcity, and it's a limited asset that's deflationary. Unlike the dollar, which they keep printing like there's no tomorrow. I mean, they could fix the dollar if they want. They just don't want to. They're purposely destroying the US dollar. I don't know what the end game is, but that's what they're doing. I mean, I'm not like into conspiracy theories and politics, but the facts are they are destroying it, the value. I mean, they printed more dollars in the past 2 years than they did like 100 years or something. I think they printed like 70% of dollars in existence in the last 3-4 years, which is insane. Like, come on. And then everything's going up and they're gaslighting people. They're like, no, it's inflation is fine. We're just not going to count rent, gas, electricity, and food. I'm like, that's literally what you need to live, though. What do you mean you're not going to count it? That's literally all you need. What are you going to count then? Industrial goods cost? I mean, it's gaslighting. That CPI index is a bunch of bullshit. Like, it's garbage. It doesn't. It's like, how are you going to have an index that doesn't include the basic human necessities? Food, shelter, energy. Really? You're not going to include that in the inflation index. Like, they're like, yeah, inflation is 2%, 3%. No, it's not. It's like 15% if you include all that, right?
Yeah.
So that's why people who leave money in the bank, I'm like, okay, so let's do the math. You're getting 5%. Inflation is 15%. So you're technically losing 10% every year of your money, right? So if you have 100K in the bank, now you can buy 90K worth with it a year later. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, that's literally what I mean. Like, you're losing money. So unless you're making 30%, you're losing money, right? Unless your money is in Bitcoin, then it doesn't matter because Bitcoin, appreciates. It goes up in purchasing power. See? Because like you can buy a house for like I can't remember the exact number. It was like, like 10 years ago, you could buy a house for like 1,000 Bitcoin. Now you can buy a house for 10 Bitcoin. Right? There you go.
Yeah.
Like, right? So the purchasing power went up like 60x or whatever the math is, But 10 years ago, how much could the house is worth what in dollars? Like 100, 200K, and now house is 700K, right? So it's 7 times more expensive. I need 7 times more dollars, right? To buy the same exact house. But the salaries don't go up like that. Did people's salary go up 7x? Nope.
No.
It did not. See? That's why everybody's so broke nowadays, because it's like the money is unsound. That's the problem. And they're getting paid in that garbage money. And that's why the food is going up. Like the price of food like triple, right? In the past 5 years. And they're gaslighting us, telling us how economy is great. Yeah, right. Sure. Yeah. So anyway, stack Bitcoin. That's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the dollar is going down. Unless, they actually make some changes, unless Republicans come in and they stop doing all this crazy stuff that the Democrats are doing, and they actually, like stop printing dollars and, stop wasting money, whatever. But I'm not gonna get into that. That's, outside of the scope of this conversation, but whatever. I'm like Jesse was saying, I'm setting up my flags, so whatever happens in US, like, I'm good. I'm just gonna travel the world. My business is location dependent, so I can work anywhere there's internet, and whatever. To pay for things, I got my Bitcoin, so I'm good. Like I'm very mobile. If shit hits the fan, I'm out of here. Bulgaria, Salvador, Dubai. There are plenty of places in the world that will take me, and and I can buy. You can buy citizenship in Salvador right now for $1 million in Bitcoin.
Wow.
Yeah, instant. For you and your whole family, not just for you. Like, yeah, you and like your wife and 3 kids, $1 million in Bitcoin or USDT. Passport next week.
In
Citizenship.
Salvador.
Salvador. Yep.
Okay.
They're selling it. It's called the Bitcoin passport. Like, you can
Okay.
buy it right now. Bukele announced it. And trust me, there are people buying. And and that money goes straight into their treasury. Yeah.
Yeah.
$1 million, and that's it.
I
You're a
feel like I'm
citizen.
going to ask an ignorant question, but I've heard both of you say like setting up your flag. What does that mean?
It's a 5 flag system. I mean, if you want, just search for Caleb Jones 5 flags.
Okay.
That's my business mentor. It's actually
Okay.
I've done like a joint venture workshop training workshop to his audience. That's how Jesse found me. You
Okay.
know, like yeah, that guy is like all his stuff is gold. Like he has the Bible on women, on business, and like basically flags. Flags means instead of living in one country and basically if
Mhm.
that country goes to shit, you're screwed. You have like 5 flags in 5 different countries. Yeah, I can't remember the
Gotcha.
exact system, but like I think in one country you have all your like assets, like your corporation, that. Then you live in another country, right? You have like a residency there. Then you have citizenship in the third country, and then you have your like another passport in like fourth country, and another one in the fifth. So basically, you're covered. So
Okay.
if stuff happens, you kind of can you have options, right? You have
Said
like two
Caleb
different
Jones.
passports. Caleb Jones, C
I'll
A
look
L
that
E
up.
B. Yeah, Jones. Yeah. You go to
Okay.
calebjones.com. Yeah,
Okay.
that's all his stuff is on there. Yeah. And he has like books on it. He has courses. I think and his company actually does all this stuff for you. So if you actually want like residency in Dubai or Paraguay or anything, you just pay the money and they take care of it for you. Like they'll do it for you. Like you fly in, they take you by the hand, walk you to all the places, get you the cards, the documents. They like a kind of like what I do, like a VIP concierge service. Yeah,
Hmm.
and plus you can lower your taxes big time. Like he pays I think 4% in taxes legally,
Mm.
4%. Yeah, so if you're paying like 30-40% a year in taxes, screw that. You can basically get like a company in Dubai and just put all your business through that and pay and still and if you're a US resident, not a resident, but like you're still a US citizen, you do have to pay tax. So you pay like 4 or 5%, right? And he has all the schemes on how to do that. I mean, I'm not a CPA or a financial advisor. I don't like advise on those things, but it's definitely possible. And it's not offshore, it's not illegal. It's, you still declare all your income to the IRS. You still file all your, tax statements. It's not like back in the day, oh, I'm an offshore account and I'm gonna hide this money. No, no, no. That doesn't
Mhm.
work anymore. No, it's legit now. I think in order to get that though, you have to live for like certain period of time in that country, like in Dubai. Like you can't be in US more than like 6 months. I mean, don't quote me on it. I'm not an expert on this stuff. And Caleb, they have all that. Like if you get in
Mhm.
touch with them, they'll tell you. Yeah, and it's cool. Just
Hmm.
it's a just in case option, right? Because you never know
Yeah.
what's gonna happen. What if like there's a I mean, knock on wood, civil war in U.S., right? That could happen. It's
Hmm.
not impossible. Then what are you gonna do? By the time you want to run, it's too late to do all that because they're going to close the borders to other countries. Like, nope, we're not taking American refugees. But if you have residency in like Dubai, you just get on the plane and bam, bounce to Dubai and you don't care anymore. You got your, company set up there, you got your residence card, you got your business. That's it. You just watching the news and like, oh man, civil war. Damn, that sucks. Right? Versus you like with a rifle running around the dirt. I'm not planning to do that. I'm bouncing straight to Salvador or Dubai or Paraguay. Like, peace out. I'm not fighting for anybody. Like, I tell you right now, I don't care. All this patriotic crap doesn't work on me. I'm like, nope. Like, nope, not dying for anybody. Sorry. No offense. You
Yeah.
know,
I hear you.
yeah, like, not happening. I don't believe in that whole thing. I will defend myself, but, I'm not gonna, like, go march in a line and, shoot other people because the politicians tell me to. Nope. And anybody who did that, yeah, they had issues later. Turns out they weren't fighting what they thought they were fighting for, right? But
Hmm.
whatever, let's not get into that, or YouTube's gonna ban me when I put this up later. You know how they are. They already closed one of my accounts. You know, yeah, with no warning whatsoever. I had like a YouTube channel, and then I think posted like a link to Caleb's as a comment to one of Caleb's videos, and they without warning they just deleted my whole account, my whole YouTube channel, like everything. No strike, no warning, nothing. After that, I'm like, gotcha. Right. No free speech. Got it. Like, no democracy. Got it. Yeah. Land of the free, my ass. Like, yeah, maybe 200 years ago. Not anymore, though. Like, you see what's coming down the pipeline. Yeah, it's not good. Hence the 5 flags. See?
Okay. I'll definitely look into that.
Caleb Jones been preaching about it for a long time, saying that the collapsing West, which he's right, it is collapsing, right? But I don't know, I still love America, so that's why I'm hanging out here. I think Florida, will keep the line, hold the line. So that's probably gonna be one of my flags, like Florida or Texas, because they're not taking Texas. Texas is huge, and
No.
everybody's extremely well armed. So nah, I don't see that. They'd rather secede than get like jackbooted down. So yeah,
Yeah. Something we might want to look into again is New Hampshire. People often forget about it, and that's a good thing.
yeah, yeah.
We actually have a higher gun ownership than Texas could ever hope for.
All right,
We're much more friendly on guns than Texas is in a number of
yeah.
ways. Um, and there's a lot of guys up here who are very active. We'll say
Yeah.
that actually, it's one of my side gigs is
Oh
we
yeah,
we started up
that's cool.
a firearms training academy, so we got that going on.
Nice.
But yeah,
All right.
so
I
you
might,
never
I
been
might
up to
take
New
you up.
Hampshire.
I might take you up on that offer. I might swing by for like on my tour for a couple of
It's
Yeah,
months.
cold. It's cold up there though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
it's
I can
cold New
swing by in
York.
the yeah, it's cold in New York. Like yeah, I'll swing by in the summer or something or spring. It's all good. Plus I'm Belarusian, so the cold is not really
Nah,
scary to me.
won't affect you.
I mean, yeah, it's like come on. When I was in Moscow, like when I was living in Moscow, it was like minus 34 Celsius at one point.
Oh
Like
yeah,
so yeah, so I'm
doesn't get
okay.
that
Like with
cold.
the yeah, it does not get that cold in US anywhere except like Alaska maybe. Yeah, that's the only place you can get a cold like that. Yeah, but
Mhm.
that's dangerous cold. That's when you can freeze your nose off like cold. Like oof. Like
Yeah,
I think some American guy actually did freeze his nose off. He was waiting for a bus like an idiot in like minus 37. I'm like, what are you doing, guy? Like when temperature like that, you have to like walk fast from one warm spot to another warm spot. You don't just like hang out and wait for a bus for 40 minutes in minus 37. Yeah, I think they had to cut off his nose, man. It was like bad. He froze it off. Bam, they just cut it off. Imagine that. I living with no nose. Damn. That's gotta suck. Like, what woman is gonna go for you now? Like, you have
Right.
no nose, right? I mean, should be like you look like one of those villains on on those shows that like that Skeletor guy, like
Mhm.
that's something like that. It's like, oof. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, sounds good, man. I might actually do some weapons training with you because I am getting a little rusty in New York here. I haven't shot a gun since like Ukraine when I did that like 10-day dynamic shooting training over there with like handguns. Yeah, that was the last time. That was like decade ago. Yeah. I'm like real rusty, but it's okay. The old skills will come back. I'm sure once I start doing my thing. Yeah, yeah. I'm
it
gonna
is
be like
perishable
traveling around.
skill, but it is a perishable skill, but
Yeah, it
things
is.
certain things you don't forget about. But
Yeah, yeah. Like
check us out, norotech.com.
1 second. It's,
I'm gonna jot it down.
yeah.
NOROTAC.com.
Oh, Norotech. Okay. Second,
TAC, you said?
norotech.com.
TAC as in tactical.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah, that can't be the right one. Oh, tech like K, right? Not C.
TAC.
Oh, tack. Okay,
NOROTAC.
okay, I got it. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
was like,
Because
there
Noro
you
was
go. Yep,
taken,
got
so
it,
the
got it.
closest thing
Yeah,
was yeah.
very nice. Yeah, because I put in tech and there was some kind of construction company. I was like, no, that
Oh
can't be
yeah.
right. Like Noro, like tech, like K. I'm like, that can't be right. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. All
Yep.
right. Fire range, handle guns. Yeah. Pro in the new shooter. Group lessons, range rental. Yeah, that's cool. And you got all the good stuff over there? All the. Do I
Oh
have to
yeah.
bring my own, or do you guys have like your own thing that I can train with?
Legally, as it stands right now, we cannot rent because we still don't have our FFL, but in a few weeks we will.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah, that's
but
cool.
if you come up, I got my own. We could. I'll let you borrow mine. That's fine.
All right. Cool, cool. That sounds good. Yeah, because here in New York, I'm completely disarmed. I
Oh
have
yeah, yeah. You
no
can't have
weapons.
anything there.
I can't have anything, man. I can't even have a kitchen knife, man. They're like super. I mean, you
Yeah.
can technically, but it's like such a pain in the ass. You have to go through like a zillion things, psych evaluation, this, that, and you can't even conceal carry. Even after all that, unless you can prove that you're like a cop or a bodyguard or a politician's bodyguard or something like that, or you know. And then even if you get that, there's like gun-free zones, which is like everywhere. So it's
Mhm.
like they basically made it impossible for people to like carry anywhere, you know? So yeah, so when I moved to like Florida or New Hampshire, but there's like constitutional concealed carry, now we're
Mhm.
talking. Then I'm gonna be strapped at all times. Like which,
Yep.
makes me feel warm and fuzzy like when that happens. But for now I just have to kinda be on the lookout. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny. All their
It's
laws protect
unfortunate.
criminals,
Yep.
not regular people. It's like everybody's like, oh, the laws are gonna protect everybody. I'm like, newsflash, criminals don't follow laws. That's why they're criminals. You know,
Exactly.
it's in the
Yep.
name. They're criminals. They commit crimes. They don't care about your laws, gun or otherwise. That's a stupid logic. Like, yeah, oh, we're gonna make it safer. Yeah, you're gonna make it safer for criminals to do crime. That's what you're gonna make it safer. See, unless you're Salvador and you kind of go the other way and you eliminate all criminals, then I'm fine with not having guns. Okay, if you can guarantee that everybody is not a criminal and all the criminals are jailed, okay, then we don't need guns because it's like a paradise and you got special forces running around hunting criminals 24/7. Great, let's do that. Yeah, like let's do that option. I'm good for it. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, and all these politicians who are like campaigning against guns, they're protected by armed professionals 24/7.
Yep.
It's like, okay, fine. Then can I get the Secret Service detail on me 24/7, armed with MP5s? Can I have that? Then I don't need a gun. I'm fine with it then. Like, oh, it's only for you, right? Yeah, all these like politicians spouting off about, oh, guns are dangerous. Meanwhile, there's a dude with a gun right behind her, like an
Yeah.
ex-Navy SEAL, hovering over her, ready to shoot anybody who like comes within distance. I'm like, yeah, hypocrite much? These people, man, they're hilarious.
Yep.
It's rules for thee, but not for me, right? Like,
Yeah.
kind of like Newsom was hanging out, partying with no mask, no nothing in his own little private restaurant. Meanwhile, he's
Oh,
like just straight dogging everybody who like wants to have a birthday party or anything. Oh, spreaders. Yeah, but whatever. Let's not talk about
yeah.
that either. See?
Yeah, that's a whole like
Yeah. Like YouTube is wild nowadays, man. You say anything remotely that's it. They just ban you. So I'm like, now I made a rule just to like say nothing. But any of that, I'm just like, yeah, forget it. No free speech. Yeah, let's talk about DeFi. Like,
yeah.
it seems they're okay with DeFi though. Although I had my share of, bans and like things from Google before for some reason. Now that BlackRock is on board, that's it. Now DeFi and Bitcoin and crypto is like fine. Everything is okay. Wasn't the case 3 years ago.
Well, it used to be if you actually linked your bank account to Coinbase in the early days, you had a
Yeah.
chance of your bank account actually closing your account on you.
No, they still do that. They
Yeah.
still do that. Yeah. That didn't go away. It's just my bank, for some reason, like I'm banking with Citizen Bank. They love crypto. I don't know why. Like I would even go in there, talk to the branch manager about it. They would like keep asking about crypto. Like, oh my God, you have a crypto like course, DeFi course. That's awesome. They love it. If you go to like a stodgy bank like Chase Bank or Citibank, man, they hate crypto. It's like enemy number one. But it comes down from top, Jamie Dimon and all those people, because they understand like Bitcoin is a competitor. It's not playing nice with the banks. It's looking to replace banks and brokerages and credit cards. It's looking to replace all of that, and it can.
Mhm.
It's only a matter of time. I mean, I think once the infrastructure is in place and the mass adoption is here, like Bitcoin is just superior. It's just hard money, and Lightning is faster than all their like transactions, and there's no counterparty risk. There's no government risk. It's like all these things. Like Bitcoin's not gonna default. It's not gonna like print a zillion Bitcoins, like tomorrow. Like there's no risk of inflation. It's actually deflationary, and its fixed amount is 21 million. That's it. Can't be in more than 21 million, even though each one is divisible into 100 million parts. So you're not gonna like run out of Bitcoins. There's 100 million satoshis in each Bitcoin, which is plenty for scaling up. Yeah, most people are gonna get in on this like 500K a Bitcoin, $1 million a Bitcoin. They'll buy like 0.000000001 Bitcoin for like $100. I'm like, yeah, what a deal, I'm like, yeah, what a deal, guy, what a deal, man. I remember back in the day, people were mining, they were getting like 10 Bitcoins an hour, on their laptops. I was like, yeah, but I didn't catch that. I was just dumb. I didn't understand what Bitcoin was. I thought it was like some scam too. Not a scam, but like, some fringe thing. By the time I caught on, I'm like, oh, God damn it. I should have been doing that. I should have just been mining the hell out of it. Just like setting up like 100 machines 24/7 in like a center and just letting it run. Just. Yeah, but then, this course wouldn't be here and you guys wouldn't know about yield farming. So, it's all good.
There you go. You guys,
Yeah.
I need to head off, but have a great vacation.
Thank you.
And
See ya.
are you going to be offline the whole time?
No, I'll check like in once a day. You know, I'll go into
Okay.
like a vacation mode, so I'll still check once a day
Okay.
all the messages, and I'll still reply to everything.
I'm
But I'll
self-conscious
but I'll
about the hand holding I need.
I'll batch
Okay.
it basically. Like what I do is, and plus it's not just me. That's why I tell people to
Right.
write in the chat that way it's not just me. There's also like Reese in there. There's my co-founder Dima in there, so it's not just me answering. If they see,
Okay.
usually I answer 80% of the time, but if they see that nobody's like I'm not answering, maybe I'm busy, then they try to answer, And
All
worst
right.
case scenario, when I do get in, I will check once a day because sometimes I'll be on the volleyball courts. Obviously, I won't be able to be on my
No.
phone because I'll be sweating, like getting screamed at by the coaches, like so. But once I'm done, I'm back in the room. I'll take out my phone. Oh, okay, answer. Yeah, I think I did that last time on vacation.
Yeah,
I
no,
would just
it's fine. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
good.
So I'm still gonna check every day, and I'm still gonna answer every single question. That's my policy. Like
Okay.
every question that's asked has to be answered either by me or by somebody in the community. Like Franco helps out. Like he's also a student. Franco is not like part of the team. He's one of the more experienced students. He's actually came in as a trader already. So he was already doing a little bit of yield farming and trading. He was on the more skilled side, but he didn't know about concentrated liquidity either. So he actually found something he wasn't aware of, and it meshed really well with his like trading skills. Because if you can predict the price movement, you can basically set the ranges better, to keep in range more. If you can predict where the token price is gonna go, which is like another part of it. But
Yeah.
that's more of an art than a science, so don't worry about that.
Well,
Like,
have a great vacation.
all right, thanks, Steven.
Okay.
Have a great
See you guys
weekend.
later. So long.
Take care. Yeah, we still hang out. It's cool. I'll do another 45 minutes. Then I gotta bounce. I gotta finish up the last task for vacation. Put together like a script for a video ad, on YouTube to advertise my stuff. The last piece of the puzzle to drive some traffic to my auto webinar funnel. I was working on that. Gotta go automatic. That's the thing nowadays. People don't show up to like live workshops unless it's like a joint venture and the partner's like promoting. Otherwise, people are just too impatient. So I made it on demand, which is great. Let's see. Yeah. Hey June, do you have any
So
questions?
I got a basic question
What's up?
because I'm still going through the course.
Yeah.
I'm close to getting to the bridging section of it. I finally got money in there.
Okay.
What's up with Brave? Like, I know it won't work with Coinbase.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know why that they just did that. Nothing I
so-
can do about it. It was working fine all these years. Then all of a sudden it just stopped. I guess somebody doesn't like Brave, or maybe like Google people call them like, listen, like this Brave thing, gotta disable it. Because we can't track people. They gotta be on Chrome. So I mean, I'm using Chrome myself. What can I do? Like the button doesn't work, on Brave. Like it just doesn't. Maybe they fixed it. I haven't tried it. Maybe it works again. I don't know. And there's no point complaining either, because like their support is like horrible. It's all like a bunch of Indians and Bangladeshis somewhere. Nothing against Indians and Bangladeshis, but they're just clueless. Like hire some Indians that know about crypto. Like I'm sure there are plenty. It's not like you can't find people in India that know about crypto. There's a bunch of engineers, but I guess those cost more money and they just don't want to pay. So. But whatever. What can you do? Not everybody's support is as good as mine. You know. Most people just give you garbage support. That's cost money, apparently. Now that they don't have money, like Coinbase is making a boatload of money now, so I don't get it. Maybe they'll fix it at some point. I guess people just gotta complain enough. But whatever.
So
Yeah,
should
just
I
use Chrome.
set up everything on Chrome?
No,
Like
you
my
can just use Coinbase. Just use Coinbase and Chrome. That's it.
okay.
Yeah, you don't need to like set up MetaMask or anything like that on Chrome. No. All you have to do is just, you can literally use them side by side. You can have Brave browser with all your DeFi, MetaMask stuff, all that works. Like there's no problem there. And then you have, you know, Chrome just open with Coinbase. That's it. And you just basically when you're sending money from you're outside in New York, right?
New York State,
Ah,
Western New York
so
State.
okay, so yeah. So you're in New York, yeah. So you're gonna have to use the wormhole bridge basically. You're gonna have to use the special old module that I left for New York
Um,
residents only. You'll see it in the course. It says literally says New York on it. So you're gonna know when you see it. Yeah, and just copy your MetaMask address, by clicking that MetaMask button, right? The one that you copy the address, and just
Mhm.
paste it in, and just paste it into Coinbase, like withdraw. That's it. Because I mean, you're not gonna use Coinbase so much. It's literally like a stopover. You just swap your money to crypto and send crypto off to MetaMask. That's it. You can close Chrome, and you don't need to use it again. That's it. Like that's
Okay.
this one. So it's only literally for like a couple of minutes that you need to use it. All the rest of the time, you're gonna spend it in StellaSwap, not in Coinbase.
So do I need to have, so I'm a little bit lost. So we open up Chrome on Coinbase. What's in the other one?
No, then in your Brave browser, you just have your MetaMask and your StellaSwap, page
Okay.
open. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's just, I guess. Actually, let me see. Let me see if they fixed it. I'm wondering. Actually, I'm gonna check right now. Let me see. Coinbase. I think their withdraw button, right? Was like Coinbase.com. Okay, let's see. I just been using Chrome. I just didn't have the time or whatever. Trade, transfer. No, it's good now. Yeah. I guess they fixed it. I guess people complained enough. So yeah, you're good to go. Send
Okay.
crypto. Yeah, it's all good now. Never mind. You can forget about Chrome. It was, I guess, some kind of bug. I think somebody like made some kind of change, and it wasn't working like that day. Because I remember Kaya was also trying, and it wasn't working for her. So we had like 2 or 3 people complaining, and I'm guessing they fixed it. So yeah, it works now. It's fine now. Yeah, I'm in there right now. Yeah,
Okay.
it's all good.
I
Never
think a
mind.
lot of my problem was is I got too fast. I didn't allow the money to go into.
Yeah.
So
You gotta move through the course like slowly, just like step by step. That's why I made it that way. Like each step builds on the next one. It's kind of like a progression from the very first lesson down, and then you see like
right.
where you need to go based on lesson descriptions. Like a choose your own adventure kind of piece, right? It's like if you're in New York, go to this module. If you're in outside of US, go to that module. If you're in US but outside of New York, go to that module. Like yeah, I had to build like 3 separate kind of pathways for people because it's literally depending on where you are, the laws are different. And based on the laws, there are things you can do. Like we can only use Ethereum. We can't use Base, which is free. Instead, we have to pay like $8 for
Right.
Wormhole. But what can we do? It's move out of New York. That's it. That's the only thing you can do. As long as you're not in New York or Japan, you're good to go.
Reason 3,000 to move out of New
Yeah,
York.
yeah. I've been trying to move out of this place for like ever, but it's just always too busy. But not anymore. On April 19th, I'm out of here. Off to Bulgaria. Yeah, 2 months. I'm gonna start my work and travel tour, like the next little DeFi world tour. And just travel everywhere. Bought myself a nice little new laptop, a huge luggage bag that's like no zippers and like TSA locks built in and a hard shell. So that way those assholes at the airport's not gonna steal my stuff. You know? Like they're gonna have to like drill through it with like a hard drill, which I doubt they're willing to do because that's like too obvious. Yeah. So I'm gonna take all my gear, all my streaming, all my cameras, laptop, everything, just put it in that big bag. This headset, another headset. I got all this gear. And I'm just gonna take this gear and I'm just gonna travel everywhere with a huge, luggage thing and my backpack, and that's it. And just everywhere I come, I'm just gonna set up my stuff, work, then 2-3 months, maybe Airbnb, and then just move on to the next part, next part, and just everywhere I come, just scout all the events that are happening and just go there, set up booth, give out business cards, do like paid or free workshops, on decentralized finance, like passive income. Yeah, man. I'm sure like if I go to Vegas, there's gonna be a zillion like passive income conferences, not crypto, like just passive income, like Forex and real estate and all that. So I'm thinking I'm gonna show up at those places and be like, well, so what are you getting then? 10% a year, 20% a year. Well, I got some for you guys. Check this out. Yeah, do a workshop. And then at the end, like Caleb model, right? That's what he used to do. He used to go to all these events and then leave like a little piece of paper. Just anybody who wants to do a JV or, leave your email like right there, you know, or just leave a stack of like business cards, like the easiest thing. Because I tried to do the whole online JV prospecting thing, it didn't work. Because people are too like cautious online. Too many scammers. They just, you know, they just block your email or don't answer, nothing. But you can't really ignore me when I'm like right there in your face. Like, you know, like pressing flesh. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
So you're doing this mainly because you're focusing on going to you're a business to consumer
Yeah, yeah. That's
setup, right? Do you
yeah,
think that would be
B2C.
something also that would be beneficial for somebody like, so I'm setting something up that's business to business. Do
Okay.
you think it's also beneficial for that, or
What do you mean in terms of what? Like teaching them how to do it? How to like yield farm
no?
or what do you mean?
No, my other side of things. So you set up two or three different sets of income, right, in
Yeah,
different areas. So this
yeah.
is just what I'm doing with you here is just the investment side of money I have
Yeah,
laying
it's
around. So
another cash flow stream, basically.
right.
Yeah.
But my main, and then the firearms academy is another thing. But then there's
Yeah.
a third consulting firm that I've started up where I'm going straight to businesses. It's a productivity consultant.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
point is, it's location independent, right? So I
Yeah.
do everything online. Um, but I'm just wondering, since I'm going directly to businesses to sell this service, do you think it's also beneficial to try and do like big business trade shows and stuff, or is it just
Yeah,
okay
of
to do?
course. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, offline, you know, that offline was always huge, you know? Like you go there and there's like people there. You already know they're interested in, you know, like business or productivity or whatever. Like if I go to like a passive income trade show, right? I know all people there, they want passive income, right? And what do? I sell a way to make passive income, right? Even though it's
that
using
makes sense.
crypto rails, doesn't matter. Like, you know, they put the money in and they get like 20, 30, 100% a year, right? And that's like a new way, a more trendy way to make passive income versus like the old stodgy, you know, rental properties or, you know, whatever 401ks or dividend
Right.
stocks or all that, which is all good too. Like I'm not against that. That's just other ways to get income, right? Why not have 40 different ways to get income, right? Why stop at one or two or three? The more you have, the better off you are. Because if one of them fails, you got another 39 picking up the slack. So you're not screwed, you know, like,
Right.
and with DeFi, there's like unlimited ways to make it, right? Because like I already have in my to-do list over 40 different ways to make passive income in decentralized finance, you know, like staking and lending and like just the lending alone, I think I have like 8. And then staking I got like another 7. Then there's also, you can also like lend out your money to centralized exchanges, like the, you know, the margin funding, you know, and that's no risk at all either. You just give them money and you get like 6% a month on your funds. And there's no risk because they guarantee it. You can get your money back all the time because it's backed by customers' deposits. You know, like traders, if he doesn't pay back, the exchange just liquidates his ass automatically. Like you don't risk anything. All the risk is on the trader. You know, you don't care. So yeah, I'm doing some of that too. You know, that's kind of like the next kind of evolutions. I'm gonna do that lending module, which I'm gonna get to you guys, and then the next one is gonna be the high ticket offer, which is like me teaching 8 ways to make passive income in DeFi live over like 8 sessions, 8 2-hour sessions, one per week, and I'll record it and give the recordings. You know, and I'll probably be like 4K, only like 5 people, and that's not even the course. That's just me straight up like coaching, 5 people live for 2 hours every week, and then you get a recording of all that, Like I'll do like a presentation on this scheme, then I'll share my screen and actually show you how to do it, and then you'll do it with me. And then after that, Q&A, and then I'll give you a recording of all of that, basically. So you can just review and do it on your own, like 8 different ways, whatever. And I'll even let people vote on which 8 they want. I'll give them like 40 choices. They can research and be like, we want these 5. And and I'll give them another 3 or something like that. Yeah, that's going to be the bulletproof yield product.
What's your time frame on that, roughly?
Probably like after the vacation, because I don't really need to prep that much for it. It's not like I have to make a course. It's gonna be just straight me, because I already know how to do this stuff, so I don't have to actually make a course. I could just show people how it's done. and that's it. And then I can take those recordings and I could probably make a course out of that. You know what I mean? Like take, like my StellaSwap format where voiceover, the annotations, like all that, and probably give that for free to the people who went through the, the 5-person coaching thing also, once it's ready. Make it like a free bonus, Caleb style. Like, why not? If the guy paid
Right.
4K, you should get the live and the course when it's ready, and the recordings, which are personalized for them. Yeah, see, once I have that product ready, I could definitely upsell that during all those trade shows, right? I could just do this like free workshop. I mean, what conference wouldn't want me to come in and do like a 1 hour training workshop on making money in DeFi for all the reps that are there, right? All the licensed financial like advisors, everybody. And then at the end, people are like, oh snap, this guy knows what he's doing. I'm like, well, check out my bulletproof yield like coaching, or check out my course, this, that. Like it's like I haven't been doing any offline because of the whole like, situation, the pandemic that happened. They basically locked all that stuff down because my strength is not even online. My strength is offline. Like before I was doing this next level DeFi business, I was like I made millions of dollars just in straight deals overseas, like all offline, all one-to-one, just brokering deals. That was my like thing. And they completely cut me off from that, like when the whole pandemic started. They put me online and like I was horrible online. I'm pretty good now, like 7 years later, after Caleb's, coaching and all that, like all these courses and everything. Yeah, I got that part now. But I have this whole offline piece that I've been neglecting, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I should be doing both. I should be doing online and offline. Why not? That's like another 50% of the picture, right? Yeah, I
Yeah.
think same in your case. I mean, do online anyway, right? That's like that doesn't go anywhere. Online is
Right.
online, but offline, that's another source of clients. And then how do you get joint venture partners, right? Like the only way to get them is to actually meet them, become friends with them, shake their hand, build some trust, and then once you're back online, he already knows you. It's like, oh, that's Jesse. I met him at this conference, right? Okay, let's do a joint venture. Versus like you just approach him online like an asshole. He's like, who's this guy? Probably some scammer. I never met this guy. I don't trust him. I'm not gonna do any business with him. That's what I ran into. Like I was like, how do I convince these people to do joint ventures with me? Like Caleb knows me. Like one of my other business mentors knows me. Like Professor Spira. So they trust me. They know I'm legit, and I'll give them the money. But other people don't know that. They think I'm some kind of scammer, especially with like DeFi. Oh, those crypto people. Oh, those scam people. Oh, I'm like, right. It's like so I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta, go on the road and just travel to all the different like places I want to check out anyway. Like I like traveling, and just hit up all the events around,
I don't know what
because
you're doing in June, but the Pork Fest puts or the Free State Project puts on Pork Fest. It's a camping festival. It's going to be hundreds of libertarians. They're all very crypto,
yeah.
uh, very crypto friendly. Like
Yeah.
if it, well, last couple of years, if
Well,
you go to Pork Fest,
June
it
I'm
used to be
probably gonna be in Bulgaria still, and then after
okay.
that I'm going to Lithuania until like July 20th or something. Then I'm heading back to the States because I gotta go to Arnold Air Day. That's every
Yeah,
year we celebrate that, yeah. Then after that, that's it. I'm just gonna see where to go. Either Florida, maybe I'll hit up New Hampshire. Why not? In like August or something. Because
yeah,
it's summer, so why not? And then and it's not gonna be as hot as like Florida. Because I was thinking go to Florida, but Florida in the summer, Jesus Christ!
Florida
Like I'm
this
not trying to get cooked.
summertime's rough.
Yeah, it's rough, man. Humid and hot
I
in the summer. Nah, I'm not feeling
yeah,
that. Or Texas, even worse. Like, geez,
yeah,
like nah. So I'm probably gonna hit up Florida like later. I think I'm gonna like do probably New Hampshire for a while. Then maybe go to like Tennessee or something for like another 3 months, like Nashville. There's a lot of events around Nashville. You know. Then after that, probably hit up Florida. Then from Florida, go straight to like Texas because it's like not too far. And then just whatever. Austin, Texas is great. Lots of business out there, so many
yeah,
events. Yeah, Austin is the new hotspot, man. Like now that Elon Musk is transferring all his stuff to Austin, oh man, that city is gonna boom. Like, whoo, that's money
yeah.
right there. Like, yeah, Texas and Florida, the two biggest money centers right now. Like that's where probably gonna be concentrating all my stuff.
Well, check out the Free State Project website. They have a calendar. Whenever you do
Okay.
come up, if you do come up, they always have events going on, meetups and that sort of
Okay.
thing. So
Is it
you can
Free
check that
State
out.
Project?
Yep.
Oh, is it freestateproject.com?
Is it .com or
Let's see. Free State Project. Okay, liberty
.org?
orient. Oh, that. Okay, fsp.org. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, got it. Liberty lives in
Yeah,
New
they have a
Hampshire.
calendar on there. If you go into like community, they have all their
That's
events and
cool.
stuff listed. So
You tired
yeah,
of
it's a good
government
way
always
to.
getting bigger? Yes. Yes. The answer to that is always yes. The
But
government should be
you
like zero, like
yeah,
non-existent. They should just tear it down and just let us
you,
govern ourselves.
but I'm sure you get along with most folks because again, they're very, very crypto centric, very
Oh, yeah. Well, crypto is
obviously
freedom.
freedom oriented.
It's
Yes,
very, very
exactly.
freedom
Yep,
oriented. I mean, what's
yep,
more freedom oriented than controlling your own money 100%?
exactly.
What's more
Yep.
freedom than that? I mean, come on. Nah, New Hampshire is great, man. Yeah. Like the gun laws are good. It's not as hot, right? You got lots of woods. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really
Yeah.
do the
The
hunting
place
thing,
where
but I like to shoot.
yeah. Well, the place where we're setting up the gun range doesn't actually have. It's one of the towns in New Hampshire that does not have any zoning, no zoning.
Ah, nice. See, I like that.
So we could
Hmm.
do whatever we want, and that's why we picked it.
Very nice. Yeah, because I got some projects in mind, after like this next level DeFi thing is built out, obviously. You can't do, like Caleb says, you can't do
Pick
more than
everything
one.
else.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you can do like 2 or 3 if it's like part-time things, but I concentrate on just this one thing, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like once this, and the one thing has like all these other things, like high-ticket products and coaching and this and building out. Man, I barely
Mhm.
have enough time to do this one thing. I don't know how people do like 3 businesses at the same time. It's like
I know,
Jesus
right?
Christ. Unless you have a team of like 20 people like Caleb, then yeah.
Yeah.
If you have that, if you have like a team, like 5 people under you that each like head up a different project and they have
Yeah.
teams under them and you outsource and automate and whatever. Yeah, but you need money for that, right? Once you have like
Yeah.
10-20 million dollars, then I guess yeah, you go on Upwork, virtual team 1, virtual team 2, virtual team
Yeah.
3, like then you hire like a virtual project manager for team 1 and virtual for team 2 and virtual for team 3, and then you hire another project manager to manage those 3 managers, and that guy reports to you. See, if you can do that, and you have the money for that, then yeah, definitely you can do that.
Well, it's getting even better now with AI. I've noticed that with my
Oh yeah,
stuff, some of the stuff I go on Upwork for to get, I don't need to anymore because
nah,
AI will do it
yeah,
for me
yeah.
like that. It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, I finished like 2 courses on AI, so now like I can write copy with AI. I can make pictures with DALL-E 3. It's like sorry
Yeah.
graphic designers, sorry copywriters. Like and like people get upset at me and stuff. Like at some meetups, I mention AI and they're like, "Oh, you're taking money off the table of like honest, hardworking people." I'm like,
Ridiculous argument.
that is the dumbest argument ever. Okay, let's all ride buggies on horses then, okay? And instead of
Exactly.
computers, let's all use typewriters because we don't want the typewriter maker people to go jobless, right? Can't have that.
Exactly.
I
Yep.
mean, who needs cars? Who needs electricity, right? Let's all become Amish so the technology doesn't progress. That is dumb, man. Like, listen, it is what it is. You chosen the field where now it's being replaced by AI. Use it. But us as entrepreneurs is great for us because that's less expense,
Yep.
and more control. So like,
Yep.
nah, I'm good. I'm good. They can cry all they want. But I mean, I see what they're
Yeah.
saying. I see what they're saying is like AI is gonna replace all the people's jobs, and then that's why people don't need to work. Period. That's why I'm always talking about resource-based economy. That's why the whole money concept is very flawed. Like we should have absolute abundance and so much stuff that it's all free. You know what I mean? Like imagine if we had like unlimited energy, shelter, and food. What would be the point of paying for it? Like literally, if it was unlimited, it's like paying for air. Like you can have as much air as you want. Like really, you're gonna pay $1 per breath? Like why? Right? Same as like water. People don't understand. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, they're like universal basic income. I'm like, even that's not far enough. Like,
Now, what class did you take for AI? Is there something you
oh,
would
I can
suggest for
tell you.
somebody a little?
Yeah, yeah. There's a great one. I think it's called the school or something. Let's see. School, Jason West. Yeah, this guy Jason West put out a very nice course. There you go. Here, I'll send you. Damn it. Where is this class? School. Hold on. Trying to find this. Jason West, AI course. Course. Yeah, it was a good course. Is that it? ChatGPT school. Shoot, I can't find like his page.
Is it on
Introduction.
YouTube or is it like a?
No, it's a pig. I think it was like $200 for the thing. Yeah, and it was very like comprehensive. Trying Jason West. Jesus, this guy is everywhere now. I'm trying to find like his site. Hold on, jasonwest.com. Yeah, and he has yeah, this is the guy training. What the hell? Man, trying to recommend his course, and he's like, all right, what up? Here's I'll send you his thing. I guess you can find it. One sec. Here. There you go. This is the guy. Yeah. It's a really good course on ChatGPT. And he also has like Fastbots, which is like his own chatbots that you can put instead of like customer support on your site, and they actually sell your products for you. It's pretty cool. I'm definitely putting
That's
that
awesome.
into my stuff, you know?
Yeah.
You can basically get a bot, train it on your business, and then when somebody like drops on your site, the bot is like, "Oh, hello, how are you? Like, are you interested in, tactical shooting?" And you're like, "Yes." "Oh, that's great. Here at Nortec, we have, this and this and this," like a salesperson.
That's
You know what I
cool.
mean? Yeah. It sells it. Like, so you don't need, you can use the same bot for support. It's like, are you already a Nortec customer? Yes. "Oh, that's awesome. Do you want to know what the directions are, what the hours are?" See, like that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put that in my next DeFi. It's on my task list where it's like, I can sell people when they come to my site
Yeah.
from like a free media or something. The bot is like, "Oh, would you like to make 200% a year with like, with liquidity mining?" And the guy's like, "Sure." It's like, "Okay, check out this link right here. This course is awesome. It'll get you there." Like things like that. Like I'm
Mhm.
gonna try to automate all my stuff like completely. So for me, AI is great. Like, like awesome. I'm gonna leverage the hell out of it. you know,
Absolutely.
and it's only getting better and better. I mean, we got all these other people competing now. Like it's not just ChatGPT anymore, right? It's like Google is with the Gemini getting into the game. Nvidia is putting out all kinds of stuff. Man, goddamn Nvidia, I didn't see that coming. Like, Jesus, that's one thing I totally got blindsided. I'm like, damn. Like, if I would have known, man, I would have bought that. That's one stock I would have bought. The Coinbase
Yeah.
stock, I wasn't blindsided. I knew that stock was gonna go like ballistic because I knew their business model well, and people discounted their like basically the fees they're generating from base because they're making money on base. They're verifying transactions on base and people are paying them money. So they were making like I think 500K a month just off base like validator fees. Yeah, and people had no clue about it. Like, oh, Coinbase is garbage, losing money. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. They're minting it, like, and they fired their whole support staff, outsourced to India, which sucks for us, but great for them because I'm sure they probably cut their costs by like 40% just on that. So I was like, yeah. I remember when that stock was like at $60. Now it's like 200. That's a nice little 3x right there.
Yeah.
In like 2 years. Yeah, especially if you do that Henry's strategies. Like Henry's course. I don't know if you bought it on option, like income. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
another like good traffic source of income. Where you basically if you hold the stock, you can write options, for income. So like you write an option, which is basically like insurance, right, for traders, and they pay you for it, like 200-300 bucks. See, and then the option expires. That's it. You just made 300 bucks. You just keep it. It's easy. And if it doesn't expire, and they basically like exercise the option, then you just sell your stock like more expensive to them. So like there's no losing. It's either you make the income from the option, or you just sell your stock instead of 200 at 240, right? Which is like what you want to do. You want to buy low, sell high. So that's literally what that option does. And if it doesn't go your way, then you make 300 bucks for writing that option, like that. Yeah. I mean, I don't really do that because, my stuff is more profitable, but, like that's also like if you hold the stock anyway and you want to make income on that stock, then writing puts and like, calls and whatever is great, Or for example, you write a put option, like an option to buy like whatever at some price, like lower price. So let's say it's a 200 and you write an option to buy it like 150, right? If you're accumulating that stock, you want to buy it cheaper anyway, right? Obviously, the whole, buy low, once again, sell high, right? So if the option is exercised and the stock drops, it's like insurance for the trader, right? Then you buy it at 150, which is great because you're accumulating, Coinbase. And then it goes back up to 300 and you make money. If it doesn't drop though, once again, guess what? You keep the income from selling that option, $200-300. So you make money either way. See, it's either you accumulate and you make money, or you sell higher and you make money on that, or you get the income. So either way, see, like that's his system. See, I just summed it up for you in like 4 sentences. Now you don't need his course. See, 2K say it. No, but I mean, I really simplified it. The guy's course is legit. I mean, if you want to look into that, Henry's Moldavsky, that guy making money, man. Jesus Christ. He's way ahead of me because he started the YouTube channel. That blew up, plus he got on the whole stock blitz basically, and people like made a lot of money with him, including me. So yeah, he's killing it, man. The guy's like what, like 27 or something? 25? Like he's super young. He just, damn it. He didn't make all the same mistakes I made, He followed Caleb's advice. That's the thing. See, I didn't. I only found Caleb like after I made all the mistakes. And then I was like going through his stuff. I'm like, oh, God damn it. Oh, God damn it. I screwed up there too. I screwed up everywhere. Everything he said not to do, I did it. Like all of it. And I'm going through his stuff. I'm like, oh, damn it. Damn it. Where were you 10 years ago, guy? I would have been a billionaire already. But, it's okay. I like the journey. It's no biggie. Like, I think everything happens for a reason. You go through like hardships and you learn stuff, right? If
Yeah.
somebody like just doesn't go through any of that, they just, kind of like they just get lucky all the time, which is not my scenario. I got unlucky like all the time. Like I got lucky once in the beginning, made a lot of money, and then, I got unlucky with everything else. But, it is what it
That's why
is.
that's why I don't buy and hold crypto, because if you want to know, well, I mean, I've been doing dollar cost averaging buying
I
stuff,
mean,
but
Bitcoin is
I
the one
tried
thing you
trading.
can't hold. Yeah,
Right. I
trading
tried
is.
doing some like trading, but if you want to know when a stock or a cryptocurrency is going to devalue its price, just wait for me to buy it.
Yeah,
And
like
then the opposite was true. So I was just like, nope, nope, I'm not
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not doing the day
Most traders
trading
lose
thing
money.
anymore.
It's not just you. Most traders lose money. Like that's
Yeah.
why I never advise people to trade. Everybody's like, "Oh, I'm gonna trade." I'm like, "Really? You think you can beat the other 95% of traders? Like you're not
Right.
gonna join those that like lose? 5% make money." And like I'm in a group with the traders now, like Russian traders that do make money. But they do this like professionally. There's 600 of them. They get inside info. They get, like they like do huge research. It's like a whole mind melt thing. So yeah, they make money. They actually drive a lot of the action as like, as their club. Because they drive over like 4 billion in revenue. So when they hop on some token, they can pump it, they can dump it, they play around with market makers. Like this guy that runs the club, I think we took like third spot in the world in like trading competitions, So yeah, if you want to do it on that level, yeah, you're gonna make money. But like if you're not doing it at that level, you should not touch trading. Like with a
Yeah.
10-foot pole. Don't touch it. Like even I do only like with 5% of my like stack. I don't no more than that. Just 5%. And if I lose all of it, that's okay. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh no, I'm broke now. I'm gonna be in the street. Like no. I mean I'm gonna be upset, obviously, but I'm not gonna lose all of it because I do have stops. I don't trade without stops. Like I'm not a degenerate. Like some people. You know, these people go to trade, they don't even use stops. They have no risk management strategy. They just like go all in on one position. Like I mean, I do that for my like investment, things like the things that I'm like confident in, right? That's not trading though. That's me putting out a thesis on the token, and if that thesis plays out, I make like 1,000x, right? And if it doesn't play out, I lose all of it. Okay, it's like a zero sum game. But for every 10 that I don't get right, the one that I do get right will basically 10x like the money. So like it doesn't matter. That's kind of like the startup strategy, right? The Silicon Valley. That's what they do. You know, they basically like bet on 10 startups and that 9 will fail and one will become like Airbnb and they make like billions of dollars. See, but the regular person does that, they're gonna end up in the poorhouse, right? Because they're gonna like, just lose their shirt unless you're a VC and you have all these like connections and whatnot. Yeah, it is what it is. That's the world. There's so many ways to make money though, to make passive income. If I don't known about those ways before, You know, like when I was doing my business, like before the whole crypto and DeFi thing, man, I would have been minting it. But to be fair, all this stuff only grew up in the past 10 years. Like 10 years ago, the tech was just horrible. Like there was no trezors. You had to store Bitcoin like with a piece of paper. You know, like there was no good exchanges. There were no good wallets. I mean, to be fair, it's only in the past like 3 years that this stuff really like took off, you know? So we're like in the very beginning of this thing. We're not like late to the party. We're actually super early adopters. That's why everything is so clunky, like StellaSwap and MetaMask. And trust me, do you think if you think this is clunky, 10 years ago it was like clunk galore. It was like ultra like hard, even for me. And I've been in IT since like 13 years old, basically, you know, like putting together my own computers and this and that. Like, and it's hard for me. If it's hard for me, for a normal person, impossible. Like, no way. They're gonna lose their keys, they're gonna mess up, they're gonna do something wrong. That's why I'm not concerned about my job security, you know, because AI is not gonna take my business quite yet. And if it does, great. I'm gonna leverage it and there'll be a virtual Vadim coaching people. I guarantee you. like
So
like
how
indistinguishable from reality. Like me.
do you think that this decentralized finance, trading thing that we're doing now is something that's going to be continuing for a long term?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's growing, man. Yeah, DEXs are already overtaking the CXs because people don't trust those central exchanges anymore. The trust is lost after like FTX and Celsius. Who's gonna trust their crypto to a centralized exchange? Like I don't even trust Coinbase. You know, Coinbase is super legit, but there's always the risk they're gonna freeze your account, and then you have to like go through all these like Indian support people that have no clue to get your stuff online. No, they're not gonna steal your crypto for sure. Coinbase does not rob customers. Like, contrary to what you might read on forums, they're a publicly traded company licensed by New York Department of Finance. Okay, like that alone guarantees there's no funny business. Like, you know, Brian Armstrong is not that dumb to do things like that. I mean, they're way too rich. They got billions of dollars, but they can't freeze your stuff and like hassle you for like a week or so. That can happen. Never happened to me, knock on wood. Hopefully it doesn't. But it is possible. That's why I'm probably gonna add like a Kraken module to my course. Just as like a redundant on-ramp and make it probably the CX of choice instead of Coinbase. Because Coinbase is not available everywhere. That's the problem. It's not available in New York. So Kraken, sorry, not Coinbase. What am I saying? Yeah, Kraken is not available everywhere. That's the thing. Like there's like 5 or 6 states that it's not available. Coinbase is available everywhere. That's why I chose it, because all the students can use Coinbase.
Yeah.
Not everybody can use Kraken. I can't use Kraken right now. How am I supposed to make lessons on Kraken when I can't even access the damn thing? I mean, it makes it a little difficult. It's like the
Yeah.
whole, all the base lessons. Like basically, my co-founder Dima had to like screen cap that because like, I have no access to it. He actually had to go into his Coinbase and like capture all of that, send me the video, and then I did the rest, like the voiceovers, the annotations, the whatever edits and everything. Yeah, yeah, DEXs are gonna be huge, man. And I mean that's the future of finance. Why do you think BlackRock is getting in all those people? Because they see the writing on the wall. Like once Bitcoin Lightning is everywhere, and then people realize that Bitcoin is the real money, that's the next gold. They already flipped silver, right? Bitcoin. Yeah, they just flipped silver, and
You
and
mean
they're gonna
like
flip gold.
market cap?
Market cap, yeah.
Yeah.
They're number 2 now. The Bitcoin is just under gold now, and so gold is like I think 75 billion, right? Like the ETF, I mean. And Bitcoin is already up to like I think 20 billion or something like that, and it's gonna go up. I mean, it reached like 10 billion in like 3 months or something. Like that's unheard of. Like I think that's the fastest like 10 billion ETF in history of like financial assets. So now all this like, and everybody's buying it the spot, and now normies, they can buy Bitcoin through their like 401ks through Carl Schwab and all of that. So like there's gonna be huge inflows into Bitcoin, and guess what? Once it goes into Bitcoin, then it flows down into like Ethereum, major alts, and like micro caps. Where we at, right? That's why when Steven was asking me like, oh, should I invest in XRP? I'm like, why would you invest in XRP? Like the most centralized shitcoin out there. Like they've done nothing over this past 10 years, like nothing, you know, like their whole story about all the banks using them. Nobody's using them. Nobody. What banks are using XRP? Like I don't know a single one. And they have this huge market cap. I mean, to be honest, StellaSwap is a better product than stupid XRP. At least in StellaSwap, you can make money and you can trade. What can you do with XRP? You know? Meanwhile, they're trading at 5 cents. XRP is like what, like 80 cents with like a huge supply? Or is it like a 10 billion market cap or something? Hold on, let me see actually. XRP. No, I don't even have it on my main thing. Yeah, it's a 34 billion market cap. Based on what? Like I still don't get it. I guess their marketing is super legit. Let me just see nobody. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you know, XRP is not my favorite coin. You know, it's like everybody's making
You
fun of
hide
it.
it
They're
well.
like, yeah. It's like, you know, really, like, yeah, you can't tell, huh? Damn shit coin. I mean, I can't, you know, like knock their hustle. They made billions of dollars. The two guys that started it, you know, think of like Garlinghouse or what's the guy's name? Yeah, he, literally, he brazenly cashed out like 3.5 billion worth of XRP from the project. Like, if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, then I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you know, like the
Yeah.
founder doesn't believe in the project. He just straight up like cashed it out, just minted all these tokens, cashed it out, and that's it. Now he's good. He's just chilling. They're just giving a bunch of speeches and whatever and suing SEC for the past 10 years. Nah, I mean, Bitcoin is way better
I just noticed.
option.
Are you wearing a Glimmer T-shirt?
No, that's Moonbeam.
Moonbeam.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Because Glimmer is the
It's the gas token. Yeah, of Moonbeam.
gas token. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually got that
Okay.
T-shirt that event, like a Polkadot event. Misari was hosting in the city, in Manhattan.
Okay.
So I met the StellaSwap team there. I met the Moonbeam team there. I met the Moonwell team there. So showed them my course and everything, so they know. They were like, "Damn, why didn't you apply for grants? Would have given you like free money. Would have given you like 100 grand to make this." I'm like, "God damn it, I'm an idiot."
Well,
Damn.
it's not too late.
Nah, I already made it. They already know it's done. I'm like, oh no, haha, I was kidding. I need 100K to make this course, but you already made it. Damn. Instead I spent my own 100K to make this thing.
Yeah.
Shit. I could have like made it on their dime, you know, and then put that money into Bitcoin. But you know, hindsight is 2020, you know.
Right.
But I mean, to be fair, it's very tough to get anything without a product because a lot of people say they're gonna do this thing, but you know, people scam. So like,
Yeah.
I doubt, and I've never done anything like this before. So yeah, now they tell me after they see the course on my phone, you know, and then everything is working, and they're like, "Oh my God, this is great." Yeah, then they're like freaking ready with their checkbooks, right? But if I had
You
nothing
came
and
to
I'll come
them.
up to them, it would
Yeah.
be like a different conversation. They'd be like, "Oh guys, can you give me 100 grand so I can make a course on StellaSwap and do the support and this and that, and I'll do it all by myself?" They'll be like, "Yeah, right, guy. Like, get out of my face, you scammer." Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. I'm gonna go to like probably Moonbeam and StellaSwap for like a marketing budget, you know, because I'm technically I'm advertising their freaking project with my own money. Like the least they could do after I spend all this time and money to make this like course for their project is to give me some, you know, like spending change for like Google ads or YouTube ads or whatever, because I'm getting them customers, right? I think they were telling me they were paying like I think 80 cents per customer to acquire them, you know, so like now that I have this auto webinar thing set up, I'm gonna start running ads. If I can show them that I'm getting their customers at like 30 cents a customer, then it'll be more logical for them to just give me the money for the
Mhm.
ads. Like, why would you want to spend money to get 80-cent customer when I can spend the same money and get 30-cent customer, more customers, you know? And the money that I make off of that, what's it to you? That's my fee. That's like I'm charging them for my course that I spend my own money to make, not your money. Yeah. So now they don't own anything. Yeah, so I'm definitely because I am in the chat, like Telegram chat with the whole StellaSwap team. So I have direct line to them and everything. Which is why, you know, I chose the project. Because, you know, I'm putting my face on it, my name on it. Like, you know, if they scam, that means I scam. And that's a problem for me because I have big plans. And so I have to be very careful, like what projects I work with, because, you know, their reputation, my reputation kind of hinges on their reputation to a point, right? Because, you know, if they scam the students, that's it. Like I'm finished. I'm not gonna get any testimonials. Like people are gonna badmouth me all over the internet. It's over. Like, you know, and basically the 7 years of my life is gonna go down the drain, which is not happening. But now StellaSwap is legit. Like they're not gonna do anything. And those people are rich. Like I talked to them, they're all OG Bitcoiners. The whole StellaSwap team. They're from Dubai. They're OG Bitcoiners, and they started the first centralized exchange in Dubai, license, and sold it. So that they already had like 2 exits: the Bitcoin exit, the Dubai exchange exit, and now they're doing StellaSwap. So I don't see those guys scamming at all. They're gonna make way more money running this DEX, and they're the number one DEX on Polkadot. I think they have like 95% of volume, so they're winning big. You know, so like that's why I don't understand why their token is so cheap, 5 cents. Man, I'm stacking that. Like and you can get like 53% now on it. In Xstella. Yeah, if you buy their like token Stella and you stake it into the Xstella thing, which I also didn't put in the course because then people are gonna say, "Oh, you're promoting their coin. Oh, you're this, you're that." That's why I didn't do that because they would say whatever. Even though the team asked me to do it, but I was like, "Nope, I'm not gonna promote your coin. Sorry." Like if you might have noticed, I'm trying to keep it very neutral. Like I'm trying not to promote any coins. I'm trying not to like tell people to invest in a specific farm because then, people can come to me and be like, "Oh, you're promoting this. You're getting kickbacks from that. Like you're whatever doing financial advice." And I always say, "Nope, not financial advice. I teach people mechanics, how to do it, how to do yield farming. And you can take that mechanic and you can apply it to another place. You don't need to do it on StellaSwap. You can do it on Orca on Solana. You can do it on, Base Swap or whatever on Base. It's the same thing. There's a bunch of dexes. Yeah, I'm gonna be putting out modules with all of those. So you guys can basically decentralize your money on multiple dexes, multiple networks. Like you can have part of the money on like Orca Dex on Solana. You can have some on StellaSwap on Moonbeam. You can have some on whatever. I got a whole bunch of them. There's like Glacier on Avalanche, Trader Joe's. Same concept. Because traders trade on all these networks and all these dexes, right? And you can get fees from multiple places. That's why there's no limit. You can basically have like 100 sources of passive income over like 20 different networks and 30 different dexes, right? Once you have that going, like how are you gonna lose? Like the whole space would have to like implode, and that's not happening. Crypto is like the fastest growing thing right now. Yeah, it's already what, like $2.8 trillion market at this point. When I got in, it was like 100 billion. Now it's almost 3 trillion. Yeah, and it's gonna go to like 30 trillion in the next 10 years. So like, you guys are super early. Like you think you're late? Nope. Very early, extremely early. I mean, shit, StellaSwap is only like 2 years old. Come on. How old is New York Stock Exchange, right? Like, and Nasdaq and all these places. They're freaking like 100 years old. This is like baby steps right now. Yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good. Building out my stuff. That's why it's taking so long because I'm trying to kind of do the long term thing versus just like, oh, money grab. Because I see my competitors. All they're doing is they're just doing coaching because that's the quickest way to the money. They find 10 clients, they pay them like 8K each, and they just work with them one on one. Yeah, that's like super quick money, and I could have done that too, but it's not scalable because like Caleb says, there's only so much time in a day, right? Versus me, I could sell 1,000,000 courses, at $1,000 a piece, right? Like, and then all I have to do is just scale the support, which is not hard when you have that kind of money. You just build out some AI stuff. You add like another 10, 20 people to the team that you train personally and make sure, they give the same support as me. And that's it. You just scale that up, which is much easier than how are those guys going to scale? What are you going to hire 1,000 trainers? Like that's a huge headache. That's not really feasible. Yeah, 1,000 people like coaching, one on one. And even that's only 1,000 people. How are you gonna handle 1,000,000 customers?
Mhm.
But those guys don't think like that. They think like, oh, and plus, like that's just one product. Meanwhile, I can basically build out more modules and I can upsell each customer. Once they finish StellaSwap, I can upsell them on StellaSwap Advanced. Then I can upsell them on Moonwell Lensing. Then I can upsell them, like a whole automated thing. Give them like kind of like feed them piece by piece versus just like boom everything. Yeah, you can do this and 10 of these and 20 of that. The guy's like, oh, like I'm dead. Like my brain is fried. Yeah, so it's all good. I'm not in a rush. Slowly but surely. And I didn't even get the affiliate thing going. I didn't get the referral thing going. Once that gets rolling. And now that I have the auto webinar piece, yeah, that opens up a whole like free content, channel where I can make YouTube videos and just put that link to the auto webinar, in the description. You want free training? Click here. They click automatic workshop, like the one I gave to Caleb's, like audience, and they buy the course. Bam, 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 and that's unlimited. Like, yeah. And then affiliates and network like partners, they could drive traffic to that auto webinar link. And then based on traffic source, I can pay them affiliate fees, which is what I'm going to be doing in Bulgaria mostly. Because my friend Ivan, he actually has a traffic and affiliate company business that he runs. I'm going to go there and I'm gonna put my product into his business. I think he's gonna connect, and he's already on the offline network, like whatever affiliate circuit for all the events, Dubai, everywhere. So I'm gonna go with him. He'll introduce me to everybody. So I'm already like LinkedIn, like yeah, LinkedIn marketing. I haven't done any of that. I found this kick-ass course with this guy. Teaches you exactly how to like use your LinkedIn to find joint venture partners. Leveraging your like experience and people. On LinkedIn, people can like vouch for your skills. That thing. Like you do that, you ask like, yeah, there's so many systems, but there's only so many like hours in the day. I'm trying to kind of
Right.
go step by step. First step, I got to finish building out this business, like the back end, everything, the email sequences. Once that's built, then there's going to be like marketing and sales mode on the travel mode. Then while I'm doing that, got to expand the product line, modules, other courses, this, that, high ticket item, coaching, all of that, which is not scalable, but I want to do it anyway because then I can automate it, So you guys would get like the 5-person, bulletproof yield thing. That's going to be like a live training format, right? Because that's better for me. So it's better for you because you get live training, which is more value, and then basically I can automate that, after the first cohort, or just run cohorts every 2-3 months, whoever wants to join. Because there's always people that are more advanced that have money, right? They can pay like 4K for like, advanced training. And there's, like there's gonna be at least 5 people there. And they're already warm because they already went through the StellaSwap course. So they know I'm not a scammer and my stuff works, right? Versus me just advertising that 4K coaching to like a person on the internet who'd be like, who the hell is this scammer? Vadim Boss? Like, what? I never heard of this guy. He's probably trying to scam me, Yeah, so yeah, see, you guys are learning yield farming. I'm learning this. Like the whole marketing, build out, sales, production. Yeah. And now my friend wants to make a course on like affiliates and networking, and he wants me to produce it, because I already know all the back end and Kartra and this and that. So I'm like, all right, 30%. Sure. I'll take my producer fee. And it's good for him. He still gets 70, right? And he doesn't have to spend 5 years learning stuff. Time is it? Oh, it's 1 o'clock. Yeah, I gotta bounce. All right, so you guys have any more
Nice talking to
questions?
you.
If anything, I'm in the chat, so you guys can ask, like, I mean, this stuff is more for like community building and things. Because if somebody actually has a question, they can always ask in real time on the Telegram channel, and I always answer. So it's, but this works too, because some people like to chat, like live and stuff. It's good. I like it. Keep my finger on the pulse, on my student base, see what's up. All right, guys. So have a great weekend, and I
Yeah.
will see you in the chats. Maybe I'll see you in New Hampshire in August. Yeah, we'll shoot some guns and hang
All
out in the
right.
forest. All right, guys.
Sounds
Take
good.
care.
See ya.
Have a good one.